I am still getting set up. I am apparently also needing to troubleshoot the audio. All right, so I'm so sorry about that. I needed to do a computer restart, like from top to bottom. Yeah, wow, my goodness, what a nightmare technology is. I am going to yikes. My YouTube For You page is very telling. Let's get this situated. So, we are going to be checking out some new stuff here. Oh, no, 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 no. Please do not play anything right now. Yikes. Um I am so sorry. I am still fighting with this. But we are also going to hopefully finish my sister's birthday present today. It is the party is this Sunday, so like I kind of need to get it together. I went to the craft store and they only had one left, and I almost didn't find it because it was stuck with a different like ribbon that wasn't the same as this one was. So I spent like a good 20 minutes in that aisle searching, and then for a while contemplating if I should just like pivot entirely and do a totally different bag. But yeah, I was just like, are you kidding me? I did not want to go to another craft store because that would be like fighting traffic and just such a nightmare. I do not like driving. But yeah, so I was able to get it. There was only one. I got the only one. And we will hopefully be completing this bag today. Additionally, oh God, not my history. Okay, so additionally, um, I mean, this likely won't take me long, like at all. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh my God, I just jinxed myself and I know it. So I do have a couple projects over here as well. We have the sunflower bag, which I'm going to redo how I'm attaching the straps. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. Otherwise, I am working on a scarf as a Christmas gift for somebody, so I also have that to work on. Plenty of crafting options, but we are going to start with our pretty blue ribbon, and then obviously I still need to do like the bows and whatnot and get those attached, which I'll probably just sew on because I do want them to be like on the bag. Um, and yeah, I think it'll be really cute. If I have enough excess, maybe I do like a little fold over flap. I do have the magnetic closure from my sunflower purse. So if I'm wanting to maybe just use that for this one, and I can always just go and get a new one. But we'll see. We'll see. Earlier today, I was contemplating just taking this apart and then making it a little bit smaller. Um, but I hope I have enough to finish our last couple rows. And then I want to thicken the strap. Obviously, it's just very thin. So maybe just crochet a single stitch into the strap. So we will see. We will see. I just hope she likes it. I also picked up like a lip oil, and I picked up a cute little like scented hand sanitizer, and then I'm also gonna put a gas card in here. I don't know what else I should do. I was looking for like a cute keychain or something with charms, but I just wasn't really finding anything that yelled her. And I'm worried about this purse in general. Like, I'm worried that she's not gonna like it. I hope she does. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried that she might not like it. But we'll find out. We're gonna we're gonna find out. I hope she does. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't, and I'm like, okay, well, let me make you something else then. Like, pick out what you want, and I'll make it. Or maybe I just take her shopping, which I used to do, but it's gotten so fucking expensive. Like, that's why I've learned how to make my own stuff, because buying things has just gotten out of hand. Um, like, it, I don't know, it's so low quality what you buy in the stores nowadays. and then factor in like the costs are, you know, double, triple what they used to fucking be. And I remember when shit was cheap. That's why like I get mad about what I pay for rent, because I remember paying $700 for a fucking 1 bedroom apartment. Like, why has it, I'm nearly double. I'm nearly double for a 1 bedroom that frankly ain't shit. So I I digress. But anyways, so let's get a little something something pulled up for y'all on the shows. Not the shows, but you know, the YouTubes. Um, yeah, I hope you don't hate this, but I kind of like these little documentaries that they've done on her. I just find it really interesting. And other than that, though, like I've just been listening to The Hobbit, because I started to watch the movie and I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I've read the books, and so when I watched the movie, I was like, ick. So I've been just listening to the books while I work, and it's been nice for me. I've enjoyed it. But yeah, so let's blow this up. Ooh, let's pause it, and let's see here. There she is. So this creator does these incredible documentaries on internet personalities and just like people who live online. I highly, highly recommend. He's called Mr. Snowflake. Wow, what are words? Mr. Snowflake, and he and his friend Jimmy Bunker, which Jimmy got him into Girl World, and he was like, oh my gosh, why don't people like this girl? And then he started watching, and he was like, oh, there are valid reasons not to like her. But far be it from me to color anyone's opinion. I obviously have my views, and I don't personally see her as being a good person. I think I think it's frustrating because she has the means. She has the means and the opportunity to have bettered her life in so many ways. And the life that she could be living right now is so drastically different than what she is doing with herself. And I think it's just disappointing because it comes from a community that really wanted to see her grow and see her get better. And she has just not done that. I think it's very similar to when you have a friend and you reach a point where, okay, I need to step away from the friendship for myself, you know, where you know, maybe they're not living in a way that you would align with. Maybe you can't really support their decisions anymore. You know, things like that where, you know what, it's time to call it a day. We're no longer positive impacts on each other. And if you're not a positive impact, not saying that like you need to get anything from your friendships, but your friendship should provide, you know, whether it be a safe space and conversation. I want to grow with my friends. I want to see them grow into the wonderful people that they are. And I want them to pursue all their hobbies and do what makes them happy and just live a fulfilling life. And we're essentially just watching someone that we wanted to see live a really happy and fulfilling life. And we are watching them throw what life they have away. And it's very hard to watch. You know, she has a lot of struggles with drinking, with she kind of abuses gummies, which I went through like my own bit where I was smoking too much. I was probably drinking too much, and I had to like look at that and be like, oh, you know what? We don't really do this anymore. So I don't smoke anymore. I have a very occasional drink, but beyond that, like, you cannot rely on substances for anything, whether it be an escapism or, you know, you're trying to just not deal with, well, that is escapism, but you know, whatever you're trying to cope with through that means is just not healthy and not the way to go. But anyways, I am not going to soapbox. Everyone has their own struggles. You know, I have in the past eaten my emotions as well as Amberlynn Reed has. But I think it's a matter of recognizing it and then taking those steps to no longer do it. You know, you change the coping mechanism so that you're not turning to junk, you know. And it's one of those things that I like to remind myself. I'm like, wow, I'm pretty cheap to feed because I'm also like a fairly like I'm 5 feet tall. So really, I don't need much at all. And so when I remind myself of that, I'm like, yeah, no, that's that's super valid, and I like it because then I have money to spend on other things. I can get myself new earrings or save for a tattoo, you know, whatever I want to do. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's get to work on this purse. And yeah, I am going to resume Amberlynn Reed. And let's see here.
Like there's like numbness a little.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that once I wrap this up,
so
it just naturally heals, because the human body does heal pretty freaking quickly. I'm wishing for the best. So I ended up coming to the hospital.
Amber ended up at the hospital and got 2 stitches in her hand. And while she was at the hospital, Amber got what she desperately needed. A wake-up call.
I was cutting an avocado. I was trying to get the seed out. I kind of feel like I blocked most of this out of my mind because I don't remember what really happened. I'm terrified. To get the tetanus shot, the lady had to stand there for like 5 minutes. I was like one of those stupid people who are like, wait a minute, no, don't do it. Actually a student who did it, and they had to put this long, it was skinny, but it was a long needle inside of the wound. We started talking more when she like had the needle, and I was really scared. Like I had tears in my eyes and I was really nervous. Destiny was holding my hand. She was supportive the whole time. The student doctor person was really patient with me. I happened to ask her, I was like, have you ever had this done before? And she's like, not that exactly, but I get needles put into my back every month. And I was like, why? You know, because I'm a nosy bitch. And she said, because she has leukemia. When she said that, I had tears in my eyes, even more. And it kind of just like snapped me into this like trance where I was like, I am being such a baby.
This looks more natural anyways,
Of course this is gonna hurt.
Right?
I mean, a needle
I'm telling
is gonna be going inside of the wound that's already hurting. And this burning stuff is gonna be put into my hand, but it was to numb it. I tried not to be scared anymore because I thought of her. And I was like, this girl is standing here with cancer, helping other, you know, people try to better themselves, and I'm getting a freaking stitch. Like cancer stitches, there's a big difference. This girl was an inspiration to me, and I said, you know what, go for it. Just do it. So after about 20 minutes of her standing there with the needle in her hand and me freaking out, she finally went for it.
Meeting the woman with cancer must have been a big shock to Amber, and it seemed to have an effect on her. There was no screaming, no laughing manically, and there was no silly put-on accent. No acting up to the camera. She spoke calmly, softly, and more importantly, with self-awareness. It's just a shame it took this situation for Amber to be a real person and not some caricature of herself. Amber was not good at dealing with anything in her life that didn't go perfectly. She turned to food as a young girl when things went wrong, and she was still doing it now.
So literally, we've done nothing today.
We went to McDonald's.
Okay, that's it.
And that's it. That's the only place we've been today besides here in this bed.
It didn't feel like Amber was going to tell us about going to McDonald's, and when Destiny told us, Amber clearly wanted Destiny to stop talking quickly. So much for being honest with her fans. And even though she was now on Weight Watchers and using the point system, which was meant to make things easier, Amber was still struggling to stick to it. Even though she was paying for Weight Watchers, Amber started to not track her food every now and again, and was just eating what she wanted. So, even when it was costing her money that she had to earn herself now, she still couldn't stick to a plan. And of course, this meant that her latest Weight Watchers journey was not going well.
The scale is right here. I'm not going to show you guys. I'm literally just wearing a shirt. I have no underwear on or pants on right now.
You won't want those clothes to add in extra LBs, would ya?
That was definitely
would ya?
a bad
bad weigh-in, which makes sense. A lot of sense.
Oh my god,
I'm
what the
gonna step on it
fuck have I
again.
done?
I always do it twice just to see if I get the same read.
Why is it
And I
lopsided?
do, and my scale works
Sorry.
perfectly.
Like,
I freaking love
what
this
the
scale.
fuck
I'll show you guys it in a
have
minute.
I
Yep.
messed
Not
up
good,
on?
but
I got a
this
crazy
is the
angle
scale.
happening
It's
over
pink,
here.
and on it says,
Why though?
yes, I can. I don't know.
Amber
Why?
loved her scales, but I found an even better set of scales for Amber to use.
And I think the hard part is I was trying to take a look at like a way to unravel the side that I had originally done, and I could not find where my end was.
By
I
now,
must have
we all
tucked it real
understood
good,
that most of the
which
drama
is something
Amber
I
had
never
to deal
do.
with
Okay,
was due
let me
to
just
her
say that.
own
Well,
doing. But not
let's-
everything was because of
let's
Amber.
fuck around and
Sometimes
find out
things in
a
life
little
just
bit.
happen
Maybe
that you
I
have
will
no
make this
control
take
over.
forever because I keep fucking it up. Interesting.
Everything's okay.
What could I have done?
I love you. I love you.
Kind of want to take the other side apart. Damn. Okay, so there's
Someone's gotten tired.
my tie.
So
Yes, Destiny was in the hospital due to chest pains. Poor Amber could only think of her beloved Destiny.
Her mom thinks it could be stress. I honestly can agree with that because when I used to have panic attacks, I would get the worst chest pain in the world, and I swear I thought I was having a heart attack.
It's like she
Sorry,
can't
Amber
make
could
something
only
about
think
herself.
of her beloved Destiny and
Like-
herself. This must have been really scary for Destiny and, of course, Amber. Initially, they were worried there
Did I
could be a
find
problem
it?
with Destiny's heart. But how could that be?
the first
No.
plate, I had a piece of pizza,
But
waffle fries.
I might have found
macaroni and cheese.
something.
The second plate, I had bananas and strawberry glaze and cucumber slices.
What are you? What is
And then
this?
I had a few rolls.
Something tied
And
in
then
really
I just had
well.
just now. For dessert,
Dang,
I had
I
chocolate
never
cupcake.
weave my
coconut
ends.
cake
What?
cupcake.
Who is this?
They weren't sure
Who was
exactly what was wrong
I?
at this stage,
I was a
but they
different
did
person
discover
on
that
this
Destiny's blood
project.
pressure
Oh my
was far
God.
too high.
You dumb bitch. Don't ever
But
do that
how
shit
could this
again.
be?
The first
Pain in
plate,
the
I had a
ass.
piece of pizza, waffle fries.
Something felt off with Amber filming Destiny. Filming
Why?
someone in a hospital bed who may have had something really wrong with them just didn't feel right. I mean, who would film someone in such a vulnerable state?
I was planning on showing you guys footage of my grandfather actually
that?
having the heart attack.
It
Oh, I don't
makes
know who that
sense in a
is.
strange
Oh my
way.
God. Okay,
Looking
Mr.
through a
Snowflake.
screen
I'm gonna have
makes
to
it
find out
look
who that
less
is.
real.
What was
Detaches you from
doing?
reality
This
almost.
isn't even a
So
stitch.
maybe
Was I
that's
just
why Amber was filming her
hand-weaving
girlfriend,
knots or
who
something?
she thought might die.
Oh my goodness.
But it
What
wasn't.
am I?
We
Am
knew
I-
she was
oh,
filming it
am
for
I
the
going
views. If it was Crystal being filmed, it would have seemed even worse.
What?
But Destiny didn't seem to mind the camera, filming her as she lay in hospital
I don't know
while
what I
worrying
did.
about her own health.
Back
Amber was, of
here.
course, very upset as well.
The doctor thinks
Oh my goodness.
that it might be a blood clot in her lung. She wasn't hesitant to say that you died from that, so
These are big stitches too. It's just kind of like all over the
Destiny
place.
has to get a dimer test,
This isn't even,
and if it's
I don't know
elevated,
what I
then she has to
did.
get a CAT scan.
or
so
what I was doing.
I just can't. Like the doctor said that
This
what
should
Destiny
be
is describing
okay.
exactly is
So
what a blood
my
clot is.
my
and-
ending has to be elsewhere
I'm, like,
because if this was a
terrified.
normal crochet, I should just be able to
Again,
like
something
unwind
felt
this.
off.
But I'm
Amber
having
was
to
crying
literally
at
just like
what it could be, a heart attack,
de-stitch.
a blood clot.
What the fuck
But
did
before
I
she had
do?
time to process the news
See,
and
it's
be
always so
upset,
fun coming back
she
to
had
a
to first
project.
get her phone out
You
and
know,
start recording.
When you're as inconsistent
Surely
as I
this
am.
type of behaviour couldn't have been good for her.
Oh,
Could it?
oh
No,
my.
absolutely not. You act different when there's a camera in your face, especially when you know thousands of people may be watching. So rather than Amber deal with this in her own mind
Oh my
first,
God.
before she even had time to think about it,
Keep dropping it.
she was recording on her phone, and perhaps not acting in a way that she normally would without the camera. filming yourself going to Target or a buffet was one thing, but filming Destiny in a hospital bed,
Yeah, that's
then
weird.
filming yourself being upset about it,
That's weird.
left a sour taste in the mouth for many.
If
But of course,
I ever
Amber
sit
needed
down and
those views,
record myself
so
and then
it was
cry,
unlikely she was ever going
someone
to stop
drag
this
me
type of
outside
behaviour.
and
Plus,
just
Amber
stomp the
didn't
shit
seem
out
to
of me
think
for a
there was
minute.
anything wrong with
Like,
it.
it's so
Even
weird.
though Amber was worried Destiny may be dying, rather than just be with her girlfriend, just the two of them, looking her in the eye, Amber was with her, knowing thousands would be watching, and rather than look her in the eye, would instead look at her through her phone.
Sorry. Song's a banger though.
Amber was worried, really worried. What if Destiny did die and she would be all
Oh
alone?
boy.
What would she do then? Well, thankfully for Amber, she didn't have to worry because it turned out to be just acid reflux. Not pleasant, of course, but not
She
as
spent
serious
all that
as
time
a
in the
heart
hospital
attack
for
or a
acid
blood clot.
reflux? Are you
So,
kidding
yes,
me,
just
girl?
acid reflux. But how could this have happened?
The first plate, I had a piece of pizza, waffle fries.
Oh my god.
Well, at least
I had
now
pizza
Amber
for like
didn't
the
have
first
to worry.
time
Although it must have been a
it
huge
had to
scare.
have been like
Amber
5
was
months
initially
at least.
worried
I
there could be
never,
something wrong
I
with
rarely,
Destiny's
if ever,
heart,
eat pizza.
and
I
thinking
don't
her
care
girlfriend
for
had
it.
a problem with her
I
heart.
was,
Her
I thought I was
girlfriend,
gonna
who
throw
was
up
nowhere
all
near
night.
as overweight
The
as
acid
she
reflux
was,
was
well,
awful.
it must have
I
really
think maybe
scared
it was
Amber
partially like
into
heartburn.
finally
I did
taking
not
her
care
weight
for
loss
it.
journey
I will not be
seriously.
having
girlfriend was
pizza
having
for
really
a
bad
good
chest
another
pains.
5 months.
And she said she couldn't
I have
breathe.
no
It felt like someone was
desire.
sitting on her chest.
It was ugh.
That's scary. That's
Yuck.
not something you need to mess with.
It's
So
just
we
the
decided to go to
worst
the
feeling
emergency
trying to
room,
sleep with that
and
shit.
we were there for about 8-9 hours. We didn't drink, lick, eat anything.
What?
And I was aggravated the whole
drink,
time.
lick?
I was so
What you
worried
licking?
for her. They were
Oh
running
my
so many
God.
tests. The doctor said that
It's like we didn't
they
go
think
down
she
on
had
each other
a
at
blood
all.
clot in her lung. So turns out she didn't, which I'm grateful
Despite all their
for. But
sex talk,
while
from what
we
I
thought
hear,
that was the case,
it was,
I
a very
freaking out.
platonic
So when we
relationship.
left the hospital, I was starving. I was annoyed. We were there
Literally
forever, but yeah, I was grateful she did not have a
starving.
blood
She
clot.
says that a
just
lot.
FYI. So
She-
we decided
oh
to go
my
to McDonald's.
God. Oh,
I
wait,
just
no.
ordered the
Can
whole
I
menu.
admit
I
that I
gave myself
watched
top
the
three
show
of the
Big
logging,
Mouth
all of
without
that.
being, like,
I could have done better. This is where it gets bad.
shamed?
I feel like
She's a
I
lot
was
like
really
Lola.
triggered.
She's
Really triggered.
She's such a
that
Lola
day, Wednesday,
from Big Mouth.
eating
That
at
show was
Ryan's and then
weird.
McDonald's, because
That
the
show
next
was
day
interesting.
I binged. I ate 64, all of my daily points,
Yeah, I
and
watched the shit out of it.
I actually went in the negatives.
Just once.
On
It's
my
not one of those
weekly.
shows I've gone back to.
Was at negative 45. I was binging on ice cream. I was binging on chips. I just couldn't stop. September 11th and 12th,
Dang, I
I
tied the
couldn't
shit
get
out of
control
this
at all.
knot. I did such a
ate
good
everything
job.
that was in my face. I logged every single bit of it. I am actually shocked that I even logged, because when I am in this zone of binging, I don't care. I will not log. I will not track. I will
Someone
not
playing
care.
air hockey behind
But
her
I
or
did
something?
anyways, because
That's-
I needed to see the damage I did. I don't know if the accuracy is totally 100%, but I tried my hardest. So overall, at the
Internal
end of the
damage.
week, I only succeeded 3 out of 7 days. That's not that great,
It's not.
obviously. I went over my weekly points into a negative 144.
Even though Destiny had acid reflux rather than something more serious, she still must have been feeling pretty terrible. And since it was Destiny who was feeling ill, it was good of Amber to not steal any of Destiny's thunder.
Anyways, I woke up with like the worst heartburn in the world, but it's like in my top abdomen. Ugh. I was diagnosed with acid reflux
I don't think
when
doing
I was
this
like
helped me. I was
18,
trying to,
I think.
cut
It
to
used
the
to
middle.
be really bad. Like I would have heartburn every single day,
It's
like
worse.
all day long. But I stopped having heartburn for quite some time. I think it was probably because I was losing a lot of weight. But lately I've been getting a lot of heartburn. I don't know if it's like the stress from work and constantly bending and like moving and walking like super fast and just all the things I have to do, picking up heavy stuff and helping people.
Destiny's doctor told her she needed to clean up her diet and lose some weight in order to get her acid reflux under control. However, Destiny's weight gain wasn't her fault.
Oh my god.
3 years ago, I took birth control, and yeah, I gained weight from it, and I just haven't. It's just added on since.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to get it off, and maybe we can help each other.
But
I want to go to the gym, but doesn't want to.
Because she's been having really bad breathing problems, I don't think it's okay to push yourself like that inside of a gym until the doctor tells her otherwise.
Destiny and
Dr.
Amber as a
Lynn
couple
Reed.
now made even more sense. They were both good at finding excuses
like, no,
as to why their
you
weight
can't,
wasn't their
you know,
fault.
address your weight.
Amber, a couple of
That'd
hours
be-
before
that's
going to
dangerous.
McDonald's and ordering the entire menu, was concerned Destiny had a problem with her heart. But if a health scare with her girlfriend wasn't a big enough shock
Ain't
to finally
no
start
way
to
I
look
did
after
this
herself,
stitch right.
then what was?
I probably wasted.
As much as
if
cutting
I have
herself and
excess
seeing
ribbon
Destiny
at the
in
end
the
of this,
hospital wasn't good for Amber,
I'm
it
gonna
was
make
most
a
definitely
bow
good
or
for her
something.
views.
I'm gonna be so
She
mad.
had some drama to vlog,
That's okay.
and when she
That's
wasn't
okay.
finding some mini drama,
It's okay.
she was stuck for ideas. She
See,
now
here I
started
was
to eat
worried. I was
food
like, oh
on
my gosh,
camera
I'm
and
gonna
review it.
finish this
One
project
particular video,
too
she and
quickly.
Destiny
I could be
reviewed
too
a snack
efficient
box.
at this.
They
Nah.
weren't getting sponsored by them,
no,
but they
not
were clearly
me.
hoping if they
Not
did
me.
enough reviews,
Couldn't be.
eventually they would get sponsored. How desperate do you have to be to review a product in the hope they would sponsor you in the future? Hello everyone, Mr Snowflake here,
I just gotta
and
get
today
all
I'm
this-
going to be
the ahs out of my
going to be reviewing
Gotta
money.
scream.
Money is good.
Money is good. Money me now. Money please. I'm kidding.
Yes, without any drama, Amber would struggle to know what to film, and it was obvious.
Destiny likes to color, but so do I, so I like how we're alike in that way. And I remember she'd color on FaceTime, and I'll
Don't
show you
you
the picture
dare.
when we
Don't
FaceTime
you dare.
together.
I see you.
You did that
Don't
while
think I don't
living
see you
here, right?
creeping to eat
I don't
my
remember.
ribbon.
Yeah.
Gus thinks he's gonna
I
slowly
think she did that.
crawl over here and
while
chew
we were
on ribbon
FaceTiming.
without getting
I
caught.
think so. Oh, yeah.
Punk.
Oh, that's not done yet?
Little punk baby.
That's the first one she did while we were FaceTiming.
But whenever Amber was struggling for ideas, she could
How?
always go back to what the channel
How
was created for
Did
in
I
the first
manage
place.
this?
Amber trying to lose weight.
Oh, and by the way, Weight Watchers really is helping. I weighed myself today, and I'm down quite a bit, which is
How much?
pretty nice. I wasn't
How much?
expecting
She's
to be
never
down
down.
that much.
Amberlyn Reed's the
Amazingly,
only weight
after
loss
not doing the
channel
right
which only
things,
gains.
Amber had
We
lost
all
weight.
know that.
Or had she? Because Amber used to show us the
sorry, I
scales when
keep
she
bumping
weighed
the
in.
mic.
Not every time, but a lot of the time. However, recently, with her weigh-ins, she hadn't been showing us the scales at all. Maybe she just couldn't be bothered to film them, or maybe she was lying. Amber told us she was actually binging more than ever while on Weight Watchers, so she wasn't sure if she was going to continue
But then she
to do
said
it
she's
in the
losing weight.
future.
Which is it?
However,
Are you binging
for
more than
now,
ever
she
or
was
losing
sticking
weight?
with it. It had now been a few months since Amber started at her job, and her feet were still hurting her. She had tried
She wore the
wearing a
wrong
comfier
shoes.
pair of shoes, but remarkably that didn't help. She just needed time to actually get used to moving, and she needed to lose some weight, which she was doing, apparently. And her boss,
Supposedly,
for some
allegedly.
reason, wanted Amber to do some more training to get a promotion and have more responsibility.
Mom,
I mean, what could go wrong?
I stabbed myself.
what did you do to get stabbed?
In the first couple of months of her relationship with Destiny, Amber couldn't have been happier. But it was now starting to seem like perhaps the honeymoon period was over. Or perhaps the image Amber tried to portray early on was starting to slip
Ooh, when
away,
that mask
and the real
slips.
Amber was coming out more and more.
Okay, look at what I did. I literally... Destiny, I'm vlogging! I feel like I was made to vlog. Like, I absolutely love vlogging. I love doing YouTube. Hold on, the lighting in here is horrendous, and Destiny has freaking trash over there. What? I can't hear you, so wait until you come out here. I can't hear you, so wait until you come out
I don't
here.
know. I can't comment. I'm like chronically
She screams
single.
at me from the freaking
But
bathroom.
the
like I
way
can hear
some
her.
couples talk
For
to
some
each
reason,
other,
I'm
it's like,
creeping chicken.
damn,
Now,
y'all don't
with
like
a few
each other,
months
do
of
you?
work under her belt and a few
Like,
paychecks,
it's
you'd
tough
think they
to
would be
listen
doing
to
better for money.
sometimes.
It's a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and like 9 games. She's trying to sell it. I'm hoping she does.
When Amber first started her job, she absolutely loved it. She loved the residents. She loved the compliments.
Okay.
She loved earning her own money.
Let's.
But what about now?
see where this
Anyways, we have
takes
to go
us.
to work. I really just don't want to. I work every single day now. I'm an exhausted
She works
person.
hard
Yes,
for
the
money.
novelty of working was quickly
So
wearing
hard
off.
for
In reality,
money.
something Amber didn't have to deal with often was kicking in. Amber, having shown glimpses of a
Yeah.
rational, self-aware person, well, that's all it was. Most of the time, she was her normal screaming self, which not only irritated
Whoa.
fans, but was starting to irritate someone else.
Still trying to figure out what I did.
Why? Okay.
Unsuccessfully trying to figure out what I did.
Why? That's so funny.
And it wasn't just Destiny and the fans who were getting sick of Amber.
Oh my god.
When I get, well, hello, my friend.
This should have
Are
unraveled
you? Ow.
so
Oh.
differently than what
Wasabi?
it has.
No.
What did I?
Mama's shirt and Mama's hair is
Wow.
not a toy.
Thankfully, Wasabi was done pooping blood, but it was important to not
Oh my
stress
God.
Wasabi out.
Take your cat to a vet.
After Destiny was done
mean.
scaring the cat, she had some good news to tell us. Her mother was
I
pregnant.
do
Sadly,
not like
though,
scaring
the
my
good news
cats.
didn't
like,
last very long.
Nibs can be
So
so
Destiny has
jumpy
something to tell you
sometimes. I'm
guys.
like,
My
bro,
mom miscarried
why?
today. She's in the
Like, I'll just
emergency
move
room
something and
still.
he'll freak out.
She was only
Just
like not even
chill,
a month
bro.
pregnant, so it's not like she has to get surgery. or
Bring that chaotic
anything.
energy in here.
She's just bleeding a lot and cramping.
But to me,
Oh my
that's
God.
like she lost a child.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like when girls miscarry, that means they have lost a
Women,
child.
Yeah.
baby, women.
Yes, unfortunately, her mother lost the baby. Destiny seemed to take the news as well as anyone could. And once again, when talking about something serious and horrific, Amber showed that glimpse of a genuine person. No play acting to the camera.
I don't know.
But
about
again,
that.
it was just a glimpse
But
reserved
still.
for these serious issues. Her hand now was at least feeling better, and she was able to get her stitches
I don't know if
removed.
I would like
Come on,
a
I'm about to
partner
get my stitches taken
always
out.
putting
Did
a
you
camera
clean
in
it?
my face.
it. You just watched me.
I'm so scared.
Hey,
Literally,
yo.
you just took that out of me.
All right.
What is Whoa.
So,
There we go. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I feel like.
Amber was still feeling the pressure from uploading that video where Destiny said the N-word, so she felt
Yeah,
she
she did
needed
that.
to clarify something.
Okay, just to clarify, we're not racist. We love everybody of color. Can you please clarify so people
Yeah.
don't get
you
mad at that?
shouldn't have to be
I
saying
will
it
tell you
that
right now,
often.
I have Mexicans in my family, I have black people in my family, I have like dated like out of my race. Like I'm really not racist, so why did you just sound like an Asian?
Oh my bad.
Amber had been struggling with Weight Watchers initially,
You know how
But
you can
what
tell
about
when
now?
someone's just not
I
a
did
racist?
really good on Sunday, the first day.
When they don't use
But then
racial
at nighttime after
slurs
work, I get
casually
really,
like
really
that.
hungry, and sometimes I just can't
Like,
control myself.
yeah,
we went to
no.
Taco Bell,
That's
salad,
icky.
but I also got a burrito,
so
and I wrote down that
icky.
next time I should just get one or the other instead of both because I wanted to go a full 5 days with
Why?
no soda.
Why did
Only
I
drinking
wrap
soda
this
on
like
Saturday
that? This
and
isn't even a
Sunday.
stitch.
By the way, I wanted to do the no soda
This
for like
isn't
a full
even-
week. But Destiny's like, how about
What
we
is
have
my
soda on the
reality right
weekends?
now?
I'm like, oh
Fucking
my
clown
Lantis.
world.
So I actually succeeded in that. I didn't have soda for the full 5 days, so
Oh,
that's
hey,
super
yo.
exciting.
I don't
but
know,
the downfall
but
is
it's working, and it's
I
gonna save my
sucked the whole week.
fingernails. This
I
manicure's
didn't care what I
toast.
ate. I didn't care how much I ate. I just ate. I didn't even try to be intuitive. I didn't log nothing or anything. I officially canceled my Weight Watchers and I signed up for
Oh.
my Fitness Pal. In the
What?
past, my Fitness Pal works extremely well, so I have high hopes for this. It's such a big community of great. Last week I was 417.
I don't like my fitness pal. You gotta be real
Today
careful
I weighed
with
in
which
at
ones you select.
420.4, so that's
There
a
can
gain
be
of
wild
2.6.
differences
At least I didn't gain
in what
everything
is
back, right?
and isn't.
I mean, it is pretty upsetting that I
Crazy.
gained weight, but it's to be
It's not
expected
the worst,
because, like I
but
told you
you
guys,
gotta
I
be
literally
careful.
was horrible this week. Absolutely horrible. I'm here to admit it.
Come on.
Things happen. Frap happened.
So not only had Amber put on weight, but she had officially quit her Weight Watchers journey. We all knew it was coming.
My
It was
goodness.
interesting though to see Amber tell us how she had actually completed a no drinking soda challenge for 5 days. It's almost like she needed a little win before admitting to herself that she failed.
Dang it.
It was also interesting that
I
she had
keep
not
waiting
mentioned
for when
the
my
no
actual
drinking
crochet
soda challenge
portion starts
in
where I
any
can just
previous vlog.
pull it like
So, did she actually drink no soda, or was this just what she needed
yes!
in order to deal with failing? Weight Watchers was causing her to binge more, she told
Finally!
us. Amber would see she had 20 points
Real
remaining,
quick. Just
then
real
eat
quick.
60. It was
Oh
a
my
shame for the
God.
few fans she had left. They
There's
kept telling her they believed in her
so
at the
much
start
ribbon
of
everywhere.
every new
And Gus
journey,
is trying to
but
eat
they
it.
believed in someone
Okay.
who would never reply
Okay.
to their comments.
Criminy.
Maybe if they trolled her or become a hater,
Criminy.
they would have gotten a response.
Criminy
And since she had not lost any
Ooh,
weight,
Justin
she was in
Timberlake. I
even
totally
more
forgot
pain
for a
at
moment,
work.
for a
It was getting too
millisecond that
bad
you were
for
a
Amber
piece
to
of
deal
shit.
with, and even though
Fuck.
she needed this job, it started to seem like Amber wouldn't last very much
What a
longer,
bummer.
especially after Amber started to tell us in almost every video that her feet were in too much pain. It's just a shame she couldn't ride one of those
Let's
Walmart
see.
scooters around at work.
Okay, that'd be hilarious though, like low key. She's working in an
Amber
old
was
folks home
tired,
riding
just
around
like
in a
we
fucking
were,
mobility
of her
scooter.
telling us
Yo,
she was going to
that'd
stick
be
to her
wild.
weight loss goals, and then literally
Hey, yo, I found
almost made it the
you,
entire video,
bitch.
and then immediately going back on it. She made videos upset with herself and telling us she will do it next time.
Some
And in the very next
unraveling
video,
ASMR
we'd
for
be
you.
eating strawberries covered in chocolate. She kept coming up with new ways to lose weight.
We're
Weight
done.
Watchers, no drinking soda for 5
Alright.
days, 30 days of movement.
Hi,
But
good boy,
all she
Gus.
had to do was eat less
Okay.
calories, and she was making it more
Let's get to work.
complicated than it needed to be.
Let's find an
Of
end.
course, in
actually,
theory, losing weight is
Should've held on to
easier
one of
than
them.
it is in practice for
there we
some.
go.
But at some point, Amber would have to stop calling this her
Alright.
weight loss journey because she simply wasn't losing any weight. You can't have a journey if you make no progress. Sure, she had some genuinely difficult things to deal with in her life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I haven't talked to my mom in like ages, right? And she just added me on Facebook, and I don't really know what to think about that. I'm kind of having like mixed emotions, and normally when something like this happens, I start crying, but I think I'm like in shock, especially because I saw her photos, and I don't know if you guys know this, but she's homeless and really sick and doing drugs and drinking, and it's just hard to see her
Not
as she
Mama
is right
Lynn.
now.
But those difficult things didn't mean she had to run to McDonald's every time she had some strong emotions or had to deal with a paper cut.
Yeah.
She had seen nutritionists before, she had people pay for her Weight Watchers, she had
You're
been
not
to
slick. Hi.
Overeaters Anonymous,
Hi, I see
and she had
you.
had the support of Crystal
Yeah,
and her
you're
family.
visible.
Amber has had all of the help she would ever
Unbelievable.
need and hasn't lost any weight. If she hadn't lost the weight by now, then perhaps it was never going to happen for her. She had to stop looking for excuses to reach for the fridge, and she had to stop blaming the universe for making her fat and blaming God for giving her this brain. Only she could beat this, but she had to be truthful, not only to her
Yeah,
fans,
that's
but
the
more
tricky bit.
importantly,
She does
to
kind of just
herself.
like blame.
It was
a
clear
lot.
that this weight loss journey was going to be difficult for Amber for probably the rest of her life.
Yeah, I
But
did
at
wanna
least
do
right
that.
now,
Okay.
she had destiny, she had her health,
Nope, I don't want to do
and
that.
she had a
though.
roof
Okay.
over her head.
We have 3 days to pay the rent, or we're evicted.
What?
Hello everyone, Mr Snowflake here, and that was episode 5 of Amberlyn Reed, Shoot by the Algorithm. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, as well as the rest of the series so
shit, I
far.
gotta get 6.
But if I'm honest, I need a little break from Amber. Just watching clip after clip of someone talk about their weight and have so much drama around them is getting difficult to watch. So I've asked Jimmy Bunker who I should make a video on next. Oh, and that'll be Jimmy now. Okay, Jimmy says for the next video I should make one all about someone called Nikocado Avocado.
Oh my god. gosh, I can't. I can't with Nikocado. Just how angry and worked up he gets, and I get that it's an act, but it's just too much. It's like Foodie Beauty. I can't with her. Okay, let's go. No, did I accidentally double click? Yes, I did. Shit. Back to 6, please. No. Okay.
Can't do it, Chewie.
No. Don't cry, big guy. What's wrong?
I've done everything I can to try and put it off. I've made a Nikocado series. I've done a Foodie Beauty series. I've even done another Boogie video. I just can't face doing another Amber video.
Look, why don't you do a poll
A poll?
saying who you should do next? And they'll know you'll not want to do Amber Lynn.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put you through that. Your fans love you. Do a poll, they'll pick something else. No one will pick Amber Lynn.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, man. The fans love me. They wouldn't make me do another Amber video.
We would. Because genuinely, yeah. There's so much she's been documenting for like 10 years at this point.
One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal, you control, and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake,
So I'm like
it's
getting all
called
comfy.
education. I try to do this every day, call it repetition.
Sinking in.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good.
Now this is what all that unraveling was.
At this point
Just
in
a
our
mountain
story, it had been
of
several
ribbon.
months since Amber and Destiny had moved in together along with their roommate Jessica. Amber's life since moving out with Crystal had seemingly changed for the better. She now had a girlfriend
Nope,
who loved
not
the
doing
camera
that.
almost as much as Amber herself. She had her own money rather than relying on others. She had the pet she had always wanted in Wasabi, now that Gracie had vanished in mysterious circumstances, and she finally had her first job ever.
Amberlyn Reed
working
definitely let
full-time with
Gracie
Destiny
out. We all know
as a
it.
personal care assistant to the elderly. Everything seemed to have fallen right into place, and nothing made Amber happier than being with Destiny.
Good. Oh, ow! That was my butt bone. Ah. Baby! Ah. Baby! Stop it! You're double chin! Your cheeks look so big. Will I ever reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube?
Yes, definitely.
Does Destiny love me?
Outlook not so good.
If you looked up the definition of doofus
Oh.
in the dictionary, you know who would come up? What is this?
Amber must have wished she had met Destiny long ago. She couldn't have been happier. Neither could Destiny. They were the most loved up they had been since they had moved in together all those months ago. It was clear that Amber and Destiny were just right for one another. Amber was also more in love with Wasabi than she had ever been before. He was Amber's little baby.
Aww.
Destiny seemed fond of Wasabi as
I
well,
do like
but she
Wasabi.
wasn't
She's
in love with
she's
Wasabi
very
like Amber
sweet.
was. Destiny's heart still longed for her lost cat Gracie.
Yeah.
Destiny, though, seemed to realise
I
that
would be a
Gracie
wreck
was simply
if my
not
boys
coming
went
back
missing.
anytime soon, and
Either
more
of
than likely,
them.
never coming back at all. Despite Wasabi replacing Gracie, Destiny didn't harbour any resentment for Wasabi. I think.
It smells like shit.
Oh my god.
Amber was settling into work nicely.
God,
and
I don't like
bonding
how
with more
Destiny
and
treats
more of the
animals.
residents
I
in her
don't.
care. In fact, she was becoming quite a vital cog in the machine.
And everyone at work, like, they say they love working with me because I'm always, like, in a good mood, and I'm happy, and I'm funny, and I don't make things boring. I woke up with a text from my coworker, my friend Casey, saying how this resident's daughter appreciates me and appreciates everything that I did for her mom yesterday. Enough. The resident I was talking about just a little bit ago, she's actually asking for me, which is odd because she doesn't remember anybody. She doesn't remember, like, she has Alzheimer's, so she's not going to remember anybody. So, but she remembers me from yesterday, and it's just the sweetest thing. This resident had really bad Alzheimer's, and I was the only person she remembered, and every day she just brought the biggest smile to my face. She was such a warm-hearted person towards me, and her and I just clicked from the moment that I met her. She followed me around every single day at work. It was almost as if I went to work for her. I'm really good at my job, and I'm really good at being on my feet and doing what I need to do.
Amber was so
Okay.
excited when she first found out she had gotten the job with Destiny. And having been there for a little while now, well, she couldn't help but get attached to the people she cared for.
Yeah, I couldn't do that working in like an older folks' home.
And
Like
that's hard to handle because you do get
the whole
attached to
aspect
people
of getting
here,
attached
and
to
like,
them, that would be
it was
very
already really
difficult to
hard
cope
for a lot
with
of
when
us
they
staff
pass.
to hear about that, but other than that, today's been a really, really smooth day. I'm having a good day.
It seemed like Amber had really changed since her days
My
being
mom
with
works in a
Crystal.
home kind of like
Amber
that,
used to often
and
seem
she
like a
she has such a
self-involved,
hard time with
selfish
detaching from the
character, often being
patients.
totally oblivious
And
to when she
we
was
have to like
upset with
actively
Crystal.
remind her like,
However,
hey,
now Amber was caring
stop.
for
Like you
residents
can't be an
and
endless
trying
well
her
of
very best
empathy,
to make
and
Destiny happy.
you know, if
Although
you
not
a bleeding
everything had
heart,
changed
like
about
you're gonna
Amber.
bleed
How are
out.
you?
Like you can't just keep giving. And one of them, she had gotten close with one of the residents, and when they passed,
Yes,
she was
Amber still
devastated. She
enjoyed
was like,
filming
she
others
was like, he
when
reminded me of
clearly
my
didn't
dad,
like
and
it.
I'm like, I get that,
was
but you
one
gotta
of the things
separate.
Crystal didn't like.
Gotta separate.
Amber always filming her when she just didn't want it. Everyone else could see Crystal didn't enjoy it. Everyone but Amber, of course. But despite this, Amber and Crystal remained best friends. They would even FaceTime together. And of course, Amber would still film Crystal. Many who watched thought it was a little strange being friends with your ex, but it wasn't as uncommon as it sounded. Amber was also enjoying living on her own, as she put it. She loved her little apartment, although they sadly couldn't afford to buy a TV, which was something that bothered Amber. The fact that they couldn't afford a TV seemed very strange.
Yeah,
for
that
them.
is strange.
They had Jessica,
How
their
cute.
roommate, who was a stripper. I assume she made good money.
Right.
Although I'm not sure, I've never been to a strip club. I wouldn't know how much money they make. Why would I?
Yeah, Jimmy. Oh
And
wait.
Destiny worked full
The
time
Snowflake.
just like Amber did. So how on earth couldn't they afford even a little TV?
For like 3 weeks now, I have been eating out like every single meal. So I got
Oh,
these two
wow.
really cute glass. This is the lunch bag I decided to get. It has a zipper, 18. Well, it's actually a 36 piece, but it comes with 18 containers. So I got this one. Destiny got one. Even though she has like a freaking 1,000 of them, I got this one.
Get through there.
And then I got this one. Normally I
Oof.
buy these type of things and never use them. And then I also got this one. Now we're gonna go into this grocery store called Publix. It's me and their usual there. I've never heard of this store before until I moved to Florida. and I go up in there, and it's pretty expensive, but it's like healthy food.
I mean, you can get healthy food at any grocery store.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
$160 on glass.
You can go to Aldi and get great produce and vegetables. Shit, I had an Aldi bagged salad for lunch, or for dinner.
Ever since I've been living on my own, like literally, all we do is eat out, and it's getting pretty bad. Like, look how much we're spending just for one meal,
Yeah.
and we do this all the time.
Oh my god, I went out to eat recently with my mom, and I was gonna get a margarita, and the margarita was like $14. I'm like, what the fuck? It was the same price as like a meal. I was like, I am not drinking, I guess. Like, damn. Can't even have a drink with dinner.
Cinnamon twists. And how many does it come in?
But no, seriously, they were so bad with
And then I
money.
need 4 Cinnabon Delights.
I'll have 2 number 9s.
Amber may not have been especially good with her finances, but it was her money.
That made me
She
laugh a
worked
little
hard
too
for
hard,
it.
but I'm not
Well,
sorry.
She worked for that. She had enough money to pay her rent, but only just. So that was the main thing. Amber was scared at the thought of becoming homeless, so no matter how many cups she bought or how much money she spent on eating out, at least she always made sure she kept enough back for the rent. Amber may have been a loved and valuable member of the team at her work, but work wasn't going perfectly for her. She was still in immense pain from working full-time hours.
It was literally a couple stores down from Target, but I told her I'm not walking that far. My feet and legs are always hurting, even when I'm not working. Like, they're just
The way
always
she
hurting because I
talks
work all
like
the
that,
time.
ugh.
Amber had planned on losing weight to ease the pain, but she had only managed to put weight on since starting her job. She
Well,
had hoped
yeah,
by
when all
now
she's
she
doing
would
is
be
eating
used to
out, like,
working
dear
and the pain
God.
would have subsided. But sadly for her, it had not. Perhaps
Oh.
she just needed to rest her
Alright.
feet.
Don't worry, we still
However,
got
she was barely getting
a
day
mountain
off,
of ribbon here.
and she was getting sick of having to work for a living.
I ended up
Ugh, me too,
asking
right?
my boss over the phone if I can have tomorrow off. Because
Damn
I've been
greedy
having
government and their
just some
taxes.
stomach issues, like with my
I
gallstones.
should just stop paying my
I just need like a
taxes.
mental break, to be honest. And then I have to go back to work, and then I don't get another day off for quite some time, probably. Lately, they've been calling me in on Wednesdays to do floor shift, which is just, I don't even want to talk about it. I think I got sick
Oh,
yesterday
okay.
morning.
Which is,
or
I
I'm
don't
still
even
going
want
to
to
work
talk about
because
it. Right, thank you.
I have to, okay? Okay, please
Alright,
don't
where's
mind my
Nend?
face. I'm hardcore breaking out, which
Hey,
never happens.
here you are.
Sometimes it happens around the time of my, woman monthly, even though it's
Her
not monthly
period.
time. But for some reason, I'm just breaking out really bad. I don't know if it's like stress from work, because let me tell you, folks, girl, be tired, because I worked last night 3 to 11.
Oh yeah, that
And
is
then I
one
worked
thing she
11
did
to
with
7, so I
Destiny.
did 2 shifts in a
Her
row with
black
no
scent.
sleep whatsoever. Had a pretty long
Girl,
day.
shut the fuck up. You don't talk like that.
Dreading it
God.
a lot. Alright, well, I'm getting ready to go to work. It sucks. Work every day.
Amber
Yeah,
was
sometimes
supposed
it'd be
to
like
work
that.
5 days a week, but was often doing 6, covering other people's shifts,
Ooh,
and
6 days a
sometimes
week.
working whole weeks without a single day off. For as long as we had known Amber, she had been a predictable character, doing the same things over and over, saying the
Oh.
same things
Okay.
over
Oh
and
wait,
over.
hold
There's
up.
literally horses hanging
Hold
on the
on.
wall. He could not stop talking for like an hour. It was
Here we
literally
go.
the funniest
Oh.
thing.
That's enough.
I'm gonna have to
of that.
pull that through.
Amber
That looks
was very
fugly.
much a creature of habit.
I want that hidden.
But even that had begun to change. Because Amber rarely got a day off now, she didn't want to waste her precious days off just sat at home playing board games or spending all her time at Walmart.
Sorry, I'm just like fluffing
Although,
it
don't
a little
worry,
bit
she
so
still
it's not
visited
fugly
Walmart when she could.
because of this
And
knot.
she'd also exclusively began to use the scooters to get around.
Hashtag my foot is actually broken. Thank God I have a day off tomorrow. So let's go. Bags in tow, girlfriend in tow, wherever she is, and door needs to be open. I look like a fatty, but that's okay. Thank you, sweet lips. Oh shit, I'm stuck.
Amber was well within her rights to use those scooters. She worked so often and was in pain and was tired. She more than deserved to ride those scooters that were meant for actual disabled people. After all, Amber was a wonderful person.
I just got up for work. I'm wearing this little breast cancer awareness thing. The number I try to give all the time when I can. Again, like I always say, I am a lot more than weight. I'm a lot more than weight gain. I'm a lot more than weight loss. I'm a lot more than obese. I'm a girl who has a really big heart, and I don't have to sit here and tell you guys all this. You should know this by now.
I'm not.
So,
I'm an
rather than
asshole.
do the same old things she used to do, Amber began doing new things with her time. Exciting things. Things she had never done before. She went to clubs with friends. She
Ooh.
headed to soccer games.
In the club,
She went to
we all
fairs.
fam.
Although, sadly, she couldn't enjoy
Unless
the
Amber
fair
Lynn
like
Reed is
everyone
there.
else.
And
If you guys are wondering why I'm
fam,
not going
bro.
on any rides, it's because, one, I'm a little too big for most of these.
Amber was simply desperate not to waste her now precious free time.
Just got off of work and I have a day off tomorrow. I'm super excited. I am really excited for my days off.
The more and more Amber worked, the more the novelty of having a job and being a grown-up was wearing off. So, no more boring days off. She was sick of being miserable because of work, and she really was getting sick. She wanted fun. She wanted to be happy. She didn't want to be like every other cookie cutter who just lived to work.
Being cookie cutter. I mean, I don't live to work. I work to
One
live
thing that
in this
always made Amber
cost
happy
of living
was her little
crisis.
Wasabi. Wasabi was Amber's little baby after all. So if Wasabi brought her so much happiness, then Amber figured, why not get another cat? She mentioned in a few videos how getting a new cat was on her mind an awful lot, and how she thought it would make her even happier having two little kittens. She didn't get a new cat straight away, but you could tell she was desperate to get another.
Why
She
though?
was so in need of this
It's
other
giving
cat
Megan when
that
she
didn't think
immediately
it
went and
took
got
into
11
consideration
cats.
that owning
Like,
another
that's not
cat
gonna fill the
would
void,
cost her
babe.
even more
The void
money.
is still gonna be
And they
there.
were already struggling to
It'll
have
just have
money
cat
at the
hair
end
on
of
it.
the month. With
So-
going out to eat as often as they did and buying things they really didn't need.
Plus, another cat
But
is another
soon all
mouth
of
to
that would have
feed.
to stop because
don't
their
need
money
another
troubles
cat.
would only get worse. Much, much worse.
I am completely stressed out. Like, I don't think there has been a time in my recent life where I felt this stressed out. You guys know, Destiny and I had a roommate. We signed a 10-month lease. That is a contract that you don't want to break for many reasons. We were super excited moving in.
Name one.
Yes, a 10-month lease. We all had our own apartment. It was the first time any of us had our own place. We were all super excited, and like we were all planning like, oh, we're gonna put like patio furniture on the patio, and we're gonna like get bar stools for the bar, and we're gonna decorate and put the TV this way. We're gonna all pitch in to get a TV. Like, we were thrilled. We were excited. The three of us were thinking, oh, we're gonna get a house next time, and we're gonna all, you know, be
That'd be
roommates
tight.
again. Fairy tale land completely stopped.
Yes, their roommate Jessica, the stripper, suddenly decided she no longer wanted to live with them.
That's
And
valid
now
though.
Amber's biggest fear of becoming homeless could actually come true. Apparently, the reason Jessica the stripper wanted to move out was because she wanted to live
Calling
with
her
new
Jessica
boyfriend.
the stripper,
But
terrible.
there may have been another reason for Jessica the stripper not wanting to live there anymore.
Take off my
Amber.
shoes. I'm gonna take off my pants. I'm wearing no
Oh
pants right
my
now.
god.
I'm literally
See-
not wearing any pants right now.
And that's why I don't have roommates. Like, if you don't want to wear clothes around your place,
Wait.
get a place that, you know, you can afford to live by
Amber
yourself.
was
Or
determined
just with
to
your
be happy
partner who's
and
cool
have
with
joy
that.
in
Like,
her life. But misery,
no.
negativity, and despair just seemed to follow Amber around like a bad smell.
He has been pooping on the couch. Yesterday,
Oh my
my
god.
mother was sentenced to prison for 5 years and 26 days.
Oh.
Destiny and I were just watching TV. We just got home from work. We had McDonald's, like, and
Ew.
all of a sudden, Destiny's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And she was sitting on the toilet, and all of a sudden, she said her abdomen was hurting really bad, and, like, she was, like, literally in agony, like, grunting in agony. My first thought was gallstones, because that's what happens to me. Like, my abdomen hurts so freaking bad.
How often are you getting
And
gallstones?
it also goes to my back. They gave her, like, this pink stuff because they think it's acid reflux. Like,
Yeah, probably from
Really?
eating crap
Acid
like
reflux? It's like-
McDonald's.
I could come in here and sprain my ankle and they'll blame it on acid reflux. Destiny was trying to give blood. Like, the guy had to use, like, an ear flashlight to find her vein. Like, he was just creeping me out. He was, like, some old man. And just that whole thing literally took about
She's so weird.
20 minutes just to find her vein. Like, it's really not that hard.
Then you
I'm just
do
being
it.
honest.
You do it. Medical
finally the
Lynn,
doctor
Dr.
comes in.
Lynn.
And the doctor's like, "So
Phlebotomist
you're
Lynn.
stomach
Yeah, I know what a
ache?"
phlebotomist is. Don't ask me to
We're
spell
like,
it.
no. Like,
There's
that is
P's
not
and
what she
shit
said.
where
She
you
doesn't
wouldn't think it
have a stomach ache.
was.
Her abdomen hurts.
It's wild.
Bam.
That
Blames
word
on
is
acid
diabolical.
reflux. Like, literally, I
But
can
for
go
real. She's
there
so
for my hair falling
disrespectful.
out, or I can have an itchy eyeball and it's like gooped up with like green goo.
Ew.
Or my pinky fell off and they blame it on acid reflux. I mean, that's
No,
just
it's just
what
that
they
y'all
do
are
because
two
they're lazy.
overweight
So,
women who
he's
have
like,
acid
"I'm gonna
reflux
give you
and
some
keep going to the
medicine,
emergency room for
and
it.
it's gonna make you feel all better." So we literally talked to the doctor for less than a minute. That's
Yeah.
it. And after Destiny tried the medicine, I was expecting, since the hospital was literally like ghost alley, no one was there but us and the doctors, I was expecting the main doctor to come back in and talk to her and see if she's feeling better, but nope. Just
Why
one
would
of the
they
little
do that?
minions came back in. I just want to say that the doctor, the main doctor we saw for less than a
God,
minute,
why is it looking so
was practically
lopsided
falling asleep.
already?
I'm sure he's had really, really long hours, and I'm sure he's had mean patients, and he's
Dealt
seen some
with
crazy
you?
things, but I really believe that when you're a doctor, you should be a doctor not for the money, not for the privileges, not for
Shut the fuck
anything
up.
other than the fact that you want to help people,
can't
and I just feel like they
stand
didn't help
you.
us today. Horrible experience. I can't even explain it. It's just bad.
Wasabi pooping on the couch was annoying. Her mother being sent to prison was devastating. Their roommate suddenly moving out was stressful, and if those things weren't bad enough, Amber now had to deal with Destiny being back in hospital. In our last episode, Destiny
Please
ended
just
up
don't be
in hospital with
lopsided.
what
I'm not
doctors
doing
thought
anything
was
different.
acid reflux.
I'm not doing anything
Although
different.
Amber wasn't convinced it was acid
I
reflux
think it's just a
then,
matter of like the
and she
pole.
wasn't convinced it was acid
We'll
reflux
see.
now.
We'll see.
So we're on our way to work. No, we're on our way to McDonald's. Okay, we're on our way to McDonald's. I'm actually not feeling good. Like, I'm never eating McDonald's again. I think, like, while I was
They
eating
just
the,
keep going back to McDonald's.
chicken nuggets,
Stop
I
eating
honestly felt
McDonald's.
really sick, and I didn't even eat all of them because that's what I got
Fuck
was
did I
chicken
do?
nuggets. And, like,
Okay.
it was just really grossing me out. And all day today I've been like just feeling really sick and just. I have
Yeah.
such bad heartburn right now.
Like, stop.
Like, do you ever have heartburn so bad where you physically just feel it rising and it feels like you're fixing to burp but you're not? That's what I'm experiencing right now. I have been
Oh my
suffering with like super bad heartburn
Here we
all
go.
day, and it's just like probably one of the worst heartburn experiences that I've been through lately. Just absolutely burning. I almost feel like someone threw a match in my stomach and was like fire like rising from it.
And yet
Like,
they
it just
keep
hurt so bad.
eating McDonald's.
We saw and
Like-
heard about the bad food the pair of
It's
them would
literally
eat.
not
So how
to-
often
not
were
to
they eating
reference,
bad food
like, fucking
that we didn't
South
see or
Park,
hear about?
But it's literally when
Both
Cartman
Amber
kept
and
shitting
Destiny
his
ate
pants
terribly,
from
got
having
no
Chipotle
exercise, and worked
and
long
and
hours,
just kept
then
going.
stayed up
Just
till
kept
the
going
early hours
back
of the
for it.
morning.
Like,
We ended up going
why?
to Walmart. It's almost like 2 a.m. But like that's what you do when you're
If
grown up
something
and you have
makes
no
you sick,
responsibilities
stop
at 2
eating
a.m.
it.
Besides, you should be sleeping, but you're not. Good morning, everybody. Okay,
Unless
it's
you're
not really
lactose
morning.
intolerant,
I literally
I
slept
get
till
that.
3
Like,
p.m.
get your
because I
ice
fell
cream.
asleep till uber late.
You know,
could
get your
probably
ice cream and go to the
imagine.
bathroom.
I think we're tired because it's like a little past 3 a.m., right? A little past 2 a.m.
Why
so
are they up like that?
It's like
And then they gotta work the next
possibly
day.
almost 3 p.m. I slept until 2 p.m. I didn't fall asleep until 6 a.m. So
They were both treating their bodies like they just didn't care about
Jeez.
themselves. Maybe it was acid reflux, maybe it wasn't. Nothing was confirmed at this point. But treating their health the way they had been, it was only a matter of time before they both ended up spending more time in hospital. It was easy to forget that Destiny was overweight herself, especially when stood next to Amber. But
Yeah.
Destiny was far from being healthy. As we all knew by
My hand
now, Amber
hurts.
would either tell us about her weight, with vlogs and everyday weigh-ins, or she would go quiet about her weight for weeks, even months at a time. The cycle was more than evident now. She would tell us she was starting this new weight loss journey, starting fresh.
this is gonna be starting tomorrow, my first week of really truly counting my calories and not eating.
But almost before she had even time to get going on her new weight loss journey, she would fail, be upset with herself, then tell us she was going to try something different. However, this time the cycle was slightly different, because whereas in the past Amber would have a successful weigh-in, then a non-successful weigh-in, and would flip between the two, this time there was to be no flipping.
I weighed myself and I was 425.8. That is the highest I've ever weighed in my whole entire life. I'm sure that was accurate, but it's good to do it again. And again, it is 430.2. So I have never been that big in my whole entire life. If that is right, then I'm literally about to cry. Why? In a really bad way. Why? Because I've never weighed this much in my whole entire life. I did my weigh-in, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I weigh 441.0. Does that mean I lost weight from the last time I checked? Oh, I'm at 342.0. I did gain weight. I am at my heaviest.
It was easy to think that Amber didn't really care about her weight, getting bigger and bigger, and seeing her eat McDonald's and all the rest of it. But she clearly did care, or at least in that particular moment she seemed to care.
I just had like a crying session. I realized nothing fits me. Like, I said.
It was strange seeing how upset Amber would get because of her weight, then seeing her go get takeout in the very next video. She kept hitting her heaviest weight ever, so it was time to start the cycle up once again.
Today I started something for myself. It's like a 100-day challenge, and I will be weighing myself for 100 days. People have done like research, if you will, and you lose more weight when you weigh yourself daily because you're looking at your fluctuations, you're looking at your weight. So today I weighed in, again at my heaviest because I ate really bad last night.
It may have seemed like this was just another repeat of her usual cycle, but this 100 days challenge was a strange one. Before, when she would fail a journey, she would tell us why she failed and give a good excuse or two why she couldn't continue. But this time, with her 100 days challenge, she just didn't mention it again. Ever. She made that one video telling us all about it. How she was motivated and ready to go. She was going to weigh herself for 100 days, and then never mentioned it ever again. Not letting us know if it was going well or poorly, just nothing. She would start a new fitness quest shortly after this 100 days one, but it was just white noise at this point. Still though, her fans gave her the usual, "You can do it," and "You've got this, girl," but the rest of us knew it wasn't happening. At first, Amber saying she was going to lose weight, then gaining weight, was funny for a lot of people who watched her. But now, it was just getting sad and predictable.
I know I said in quite a few vlogs back that I was going to stop going out to eat. I'm sorry I let you guys down. I've been going out to eat far too much. I think
Her clothes were no longer fitting. She was feeling worse in herself. Her feet were hurting more and more, along with the rest of her body. Destiny had been to the hospital twice too often with health issues, and Amber couldn't even change her clothes without being out of breath.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath because I just had to change my clothes really quick.
Fans were losing count how many times Amber told us she was going to do daily weigh-ins, then didn't. How many times she was going to count calories. How many times she was going to try her hardest. How many times she had come to some epiphany about why her previous method for losing weight was incorrect, and that her new way was actually the right way. And now, for the first time ever, Destiny was telling Amber she needed to lose weight. Not to be mean, of course, but more out of concern. Destiny still found Amber attractive, but up until now, Destiny had only ever said that Amber was beautiful and that she accepted Amber for who she was. But Amber's weight was getting worryingly high. Amber once cried at the thought that maybe one day she would be eligible to appear on My £600 Life. But she was quickly working her way up to that. There just always seemed to be an excuse as to why she had to eat the way she did.
We stopped to get some KFC. We were gonna eat inside. The only reason why we had to stop and get KFC is because literally we have to go be at work like really soon. I have to go to work and I have to eat something real quick. Maybe a piece of pecan pie.
She bought all that stuff to be packing her lunches. She bought all that shit to pack a lunch and still couldn't pack a lunch. This is insane.
Their lunch, so the cook said I can have some of that. Literally just got Taco Bell. See, this is what happens when you work super late at night.
She was too busy with work to eat healthy, apparently, and she would have gone back to the gym, but again, she had her excuses at the ready.
I used to have asthma, but now I only have exercise-induced asthma.
And when her weight wasn't doing what she wanted, Amber tended to spiral.
I feel very stressed lately. I don't know what it is between my weight and just random little things about my life. And, you know, it's hard being an adult, okay? You guys ever just wake up and you're just automatically in a bad mood? Like, everything that happens just annoys you or upsets you, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I cried in the bathroom at work a couple times because I felt just so overwhelmed with anxiety. I did not have a panic attack, but I felt like I was gonna have one, and it really started to scare me. I need these shifts, I need the hours, but I'm also like overwhelmed with work, and I feel like that's all I ever do, and I just don't get a time off, and like I'm really just stressing about bills lately, and my roommate moving out, just everything. Like I'm really trying to like better my health in like several different ways. That's been stressful for me as well. Even just here at work, I haven't had the opportunity to do like really big grocery shopping. Car's a mess, my life's a mess, my apartment's a mess.
1 minute, Amber would be annoyed at herself for weighing her heaviest ever. She would cry, think she was disgusting. And then the next time we saw her, she would come across as though the weight didn't bother her in the slightest, and that she was the best thing since sliced bread.
I used to be really into dancing. I was actually in a dance group called Space, and we'd perform in front of big audiences, and I would choreograph my own dances, and I would do them in talent shows. I actually was in talent shows where you won prizes, and I think I was in about 4 of them, and 3 of them I won first prize, and 1 of them I won second prize. I'm actually very blessed with the skill of writing. I love to write. Writing is my passion, and poetry is my writing of choice. I used to volunteer at elderly homes. I use proper grammar no matter what I'm doing. I wish this world was just a more better and peaceful place. Whenever I can, I give money to the homeless. When I'm in a relationship, I really want to be treated like I'm the
What
best
is
thing
the
that ever happened.
point of
When I
her
was 15,
doing
I was
this?
asked to be a
What is the
plus-size
point?
model, but my parents said no. So at work today, it was kind of cool. Like
I don't get what the
literally
point of any of
complimented
that was.
over 30 times. I'm not kidding. Just like about my jewelry or my makeup or how beautiful I looked or my outfit. Like it was so...
Inspired by her friend at work who was a vegan, but who also ate meat sometimes, Amber thought maybe she could become a vegetarian. It would solve her weight issues, and she was confident it would work, just as long as she got enough protein.
She thoroughly believes that everyone only needs like 7 protein a day or like 9 protein a day. She purely believes that protein is like a myth. I don't know.
You only
like,
need
is it a myth?
6
She really
protein,
convinced
people.
me for a minute there. I was like, well, okay then. But then it's like in my heart of hearts, I'm like, no, protein is what keeps us, like, doesn't that what gives us energy? And I know, like, lack of protein can make your hair fall out, and I'm not about that life. Anyway.
Amber was always worried about getting enough nutrients, or she wouldn't get enough protein. Here, she was worried her hair would fall out. Can you imagine what she would look like with no hair? A bit like that, I suppose. Of course, her biggest fans were there to give her, once again, the whole "you've got this girl" type comments. But not everyone was convinced about this new vegetarian Amber.
They kept saying, like, I'm doing it just for the label, and then...
Amber did seem to take great delight in telling people she was now a vegetarian.
Corn nuggets.
And chicken tenders, but I can't eat the chicken.
Why?
Hashtag vegetarian.
Hashtag it's fake chicken.
And despite many doubting her, Amber was doing it.
I'm just gonna consider this the first day of me being a vegetarian. I have been feeling a little off today. I don't know if it's all in my head. I am feeling a little dizzy. I just feel different. I am succeeding in my vegetarian day. I have not eaten a single thing of meat, and I got really dizzy at one point.
Amber may have been proudly letting people know she was now a vegetarian after not even a full day, but she did tell us she was committed and was actually going to keep this up. Although, once again, people weren't buying it, and it's easy to see why. She was just repeating her cycle again. Surely it was only a matter of time until she admitted defeat. Anyone who didn't believe Amber, though, she seemed to think of them all as trolls or as haters. And sure, some were legitimate trolls. They just wanted to get a reaction from her.
I make these YouTube videos and I feel just kind of insulted when people have really rude things to say to me. I try my hardest to make my videos as interesting as possible. Like, I deserve respect. Tell me I'm too big, that I waddle when I walk. It's really not nice, and I don't appreciate it at all. Like, there's a lot of people who think supporting me in a negative way is gonna help, and I just want to clarify that it's not. Being rude to me in the comments is not gonna help my weight loss. It's not gonna help me gain weight. It's not gonna help me lose weight. It's just pretty much pointless for you guys to be rude to me. Like, there's only about 2 of you. You guys think you're being nice or you're being constructive, but really it's just no.
The fact that she goes out of her way when only like 2 people are talking shit like that, like, that's weird. Why would you give them the time of day? Why would you give them that attention if it's 2 people? And genuinely, like, if you deeply care about what the internet thinks of you, don't be on the internet. Honestly, like, you should not care what strangers on the internet think at the end of the day. Like, no. Touch grass. Unfortunately, like, go touch grass. Because that's so weird. I can't with that. And just the whole vegetarian arc that she has is very odd to me. Like, I've never been vegetarian. I made it to pescatarian for like a year, and I was like, this is neat anyways, but it was never like a forever thing either. And just to be like on day 1 of something like that and be so obnoxious about it is so weird. So weird. You know, it's like when you start doing something and like you kind of want to tell somebody, like, don't tell them, because then like it's just odd to do that. It's like, oh, I'm gonna learn a language, and then a week later they're like, oh, how's that coming? And you're like, oh yeah, no, not doing that. I don't know, just maybe keep something to yourself, and that be like your own little thing that you're doing low key, you know? I think that's a better way to go about it, personally. But I guess at the same time, like, I have ADHD, and when I tell someone that, oh, I'm doing this, like, you get a bit of a dopamine hit from that, because you're like announcing, like, oh my god, I have to tell you what I'm doing, and you shouldn't be doing that, because then it, like, you're less likely to continue with it because you already got the dopamine hit, unless it's something that you're really internally driven by. then yes, you shouldn't have any issues. Sorry, quick rant. I just needed to get, yeah, ALR. Yeah, we're going through Shaped by the Algorithm. It's weird to watch, especially like if you keep up with her present day. It's one of those. It's a hard watch, not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16, 17. Are you in girl world at all? 17, right? That's what I counted. 16, not 17.
If you guys want to watch my videos and you guys want to support the person I am, then go for it. But I want you guys to know that I am more than an obese person. There are people arguing on it about my weight. Some are saying it's just muscle, and some are saying it's fat.
It's
and I'm
just
just letting you know
muscle.
right now, I just think it's really like inappropriate, in my opinion, to be even discussing the matter. Because yes, I have gained weight. We all know this. Like, it's not a surprise, and I'm just getting really tired of the comments being a lot of just about that, because I am more than that. Like, I'm more than a weight gain. Like,
Some
Yeah, she
people who
loves the
commented
drama.
though weren't a
She's big
hater
in
or
it.
a troll. They were just people who were being honest with Amber. Sometimes her own fans. But anything negative, no matter who was saying it, Amber just didn't want to hear it. Amber had always taken the bait whenever trolls had tried to goad her into reacting. And this time, she let her guard down and slipped up.
2-3 years ago, when I first started YouTube, I did get a few people who were rude to me, and I took that shit to heart. I got really depressed. I had a moment where I almost thought, like,
Yeah, you're just freaking jacked,
life would
bro.
be better if I just wasn't here.
Absolutely.
You can
Just
tell
like,
on my
ooh,
vlogs.
Look at that's all
I
muscle.
would threaten to stop vlogging, hoping that it would make the
I mean,
haters
you
go
know
away,
what?
hoping
If
that
she
it would
lost
make the
weight, she
haters
would
go
probably
away,
have the
hoping that
most
it would make the haters
insane
go away.
calves that we've ever seen.
Amber had
Like,
just admitted to
they-
the fact
they-
that every time
men
she had
would
threatened to
covet
quit
her
YouTube in the
calves.
past,
Absolutely.
she didn't really have any intention to quit at all. It was just a tactic, or to be more accurate, a lie, to try and get rid of the trolls. It obviously didn't work though, and now that the trolls knew she was working this hard to get rid of them, it would only cause them to keep returning. But even if they did return, Amber didn't care.
I have grown so strong to know that, to like, if I get the rudest comment ever telling me to kill myself, like,
Oh my gosh, is that better?
care. Like,
Thank you
at
so
all.
much for the
And
feedback.
It feels really amazing to be there at that point, to know that.
Not caring if someone told
I
her
just
to
worry
kill
that my
herself
mic is
was
picking up
actually
the
good.
video,
She was
and
now
it would,
bulletproof
like, cause
if
an
she could
echo.
withstand those type of comments. And
I
if
would
an
hate
awful
that.
comment like that didn't make her care, then surely nothing anyone said about her would get to her.
There's this like rumor going around that I ate the whole pizza, and I just want to like clarify, even though I shouldn't have
Yay!
to. I just
Okay,
want to say
great
that I
to
did
hear.
not eat the whole pizza just because I got a whole
Love it.
pizza. It was because Destiny and I like different types of pizzas, and Cece's is super cheap. And for some
Ew,
reason,
they're back
they
to the
do not do
pizza.
half one kind and half
For
another.
how serious
At least
their
they didn't want
acid
to do it for
reflux
us.
is, they love
So, with
their
the
garbage
pizza, I
food.
got chicken buffalo, if you guys care.
Ew.
And I only ate 3 pieces.
Yuck.
I mentioned that to these people who keep saying,
I can't
"Oh,
stand
she ate a
pizza
whole
personally.
pizza."
It's
No,
overrated.
I didn't. I ate 3 pieces. And then they come back and they're like, something's not adding up because I thought you had binge eating disorder.
Oh,
say
absolutely. She
right
probably
now,
she
I do
does
have-
that in like her
She didn't mind
mukbangs or
if
whatever
people
they're
wanted
called,
her to kill
her eating
herself,
videos,
but
where she'll like
thinking she ate
she'll be
a
like,
whole
oh, this is
pizza
it for
was
now,
just
and
a
then she's
step too far
side-eyeing
for
the
Amber.
shit out of the food
If
the
she
whole
did
time,
manage
like,
to stop
I'm gonna
caring
get
what
you
others
later,
thought,
because you know,
that would
as
have
soon
really
as she
helped
turns
her
off the
happiness.
camera, she is on
Quite a
that.
few people are saying, how come
on it.
I look like
I
a
love it.
hobo and how come I always wear the same clothing? That probably out of anything.
The red shirt, very
grinds
Nikocado.
my gears because
Oh Oh my goodness. She is.
Still though, with Christmas right around the corner,
That's right.
Amber had
God,
a
there's
chance
so
to be
much
happy,
left in this arc with
even
her and
just for the
Destiny.
holidays. It was
I just
Amber's
live for the
favourite time of
breakups.
year after all, and she had planned on doing her usual Christmas vlogging, uploading every day
More
for the month of
pizza.
December. After all, uploading
Gosh, I bet they
videos
feel
was one of the
miserable
things that
all
brought her
the
the most
time.
joy in life. And inspired by Christmas, she was making an effort to be a little more positive than she had been of late.
Oh, and by the way, I told you guys about my mom, how she's gonna be in prison for 5 years and 26 days. They actually said she's gonna serve the first year in jail. So I'm gonna start writing her after we get off of work. If we don't go to
Good for
hospital
her.
first, I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna
I
get
do
paper,
like
I'm
Mama
gonna get a
Lynn. She
binder.
does
Every
seem
time I write
low-key
my mom,
sweet.
I'm gonna like copy it, put it in the binder, and then when my mom writes me back, I'm gonna copy it and then put it in the binder. And then in 5 years and 26 days, I'm actually gonna send it to her, and I think she'll actually really appreciate the thought and stuff. I really hope me and her can just continue communication together.
Oh, I
It's
fuck with
really gonna mean a lot
pasta.
to me.
Amber had
But yeah,
had more
no.
than enough of being
Like,
miserable and
The
negative.
sheer amounts.
So she decided now
There was
was
a
the
solid
right time
5
to
minutes
make
of this
herself the
video
happiest
where
she
he
could.
was just clip after clip. They went to. Oh my God, Destiny should not be around animals.
Wasabi, get off the
But they just constantly went
Amber
to
had her
McDonald's,
new
and I was
kitten,
like, ugh,
a new
I
little
feel
sister for
awful.
Wasabi. Amber hadn't picked
Oh
a
my
name yet for the new
goodness,
kitten,
what a cutie
but that didn't matter.
patootie.
She already loved it just as much
I
as
love
she
cats.
loved Wasabi.
I have 2.
She
They're my
had Christmas
babies.
to look forward to.
She
and her
currently,
birthday
like,
was only 2 days
right
after
now,
Christmas as well.
has one of her
And
cats
her
missing,
friend
and
had just
she's
given
like going
birth a
to.
beautiful baby boy,
I don't know, she's
which Amber
doing these
decided to
weird
film
clickbait
before getting
videos
permission.
and posting
YouTube
thirst
videos.
traps on TikTok. It's super weird.
I really
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah,
If you don't
Destiny
have
is
it on
awful
YouTube.
with animals.
Amber would even manage to
no.
lose some weight.
So, dun dun dun! I weighed in today. I can't even talk. I
Yeah,
weighed
what are
in today
words?
at 441.6. So that is me being down
skinny
13.4 pounds in 1 week. Doing Weight Watchers, falling at the weight they
Finally.
Amber had lost
Finally,
just over
now
13
post the clip where
pounds
she was
in
like,
1 week.
I was losing
That's
weight too
almost 2
fast. It was
pounds
so
a day.
scary.
Even though Amber had a lot of weight to lose,
Hey,
losing that much
everything's
weight in
doing
a
good.
single
How
week
about
didn't seem
you?
right, especially after she admitted to not having
It's a good day.
perfect
Can't
week.
complain.
It was all a little suspicious. Not as suspicious as Gracie disappearing,
Yep,
but
justice for
still
Gracie.
suspicious.
ALR
for all
definitely let that
intents and
cat
purposes,
outside
Amber was
intentionally
doing well,
so she could get her
and
new
slowly
cat.
getting herself happy.
Devastating.
Her and Destiny even went on a
No,
mini
you're
road
skinny
trip when they
queen.
had
Do
a
you
couple
have
of
an eating
days off
disorder?
in a row,
You should eat something.
which was strange
Eat something
actually.
for me.
Amber didn't normally have
I'm
2
kidding.
days
You
off
do
in a row.
you. But yeah,
Her days
no.
off were
And what's
Wednesdays
scary
and
is like
Saturdays.
ALR is like my height.
Anyway,
I think
Amber
I think
was
she's a
starting to
smidge taller than me.
understand.
She's like
Being more
5'3",
positive,
I want to say.
Go on
But
adventures.
she's so short.
Actually make an
It is
effort to be
wild to
happy,
see her next
and
to a
she would
regular
be happy.
person.
Finally, Amber seemed happy.
Could be
for
better.
more than half of
Well,
life.
I hope it gets better. From Austria? Dang, that's what's up.
To Winky Star.
That's what's up.
And
Well,
I have not
hello
really
from the United
mentioned
States.
This beautiful bundle of love. But Twinkie Star is our dog.
wonk.
Some of you thought maybe we were fostering her, which we are not. This is our dog forever and ever, and I'm super
That
excited.
poor
She is
baby.
3 years old. She
That
has
dog
all
gonna
her
have a hard
shots.
life.
She has
Gonna
all
have
her
a hard
medications
life.
done. She is fixed.
Filled
she
with
is
pee
perfect
pads
as ever.
and
Recently went to
very
the vet.
short walks.
She has a collar with our number, her name.
I think I'd take
the
my
whole
cat
nine
on
yards.
longer
Yeah, he's
walks
just a little
than
baby.
Twonk ever got.
As well as recently getting
That
herself
dog-
a new kitten.
I think that's just
which she
the
now
the
named
horrified
Scarlet.
look of a chihuahua in
Amber got herself
existence.
a new
Those
dog,
poor little things.
and she was happy.
But yes,
Really happy.
looks horrified.
Perhaps a little too happy.
Anyways, I
Oh,
hope you guys
little
enjoyed.
baby.
Love y'all. Thank you so much for watching.
You're okay. Love is
I think
a
I'm gonna end
strong
the
word.
vlog.
It's very parasocial
Destiny?
of you to love your audience. You
Do
shouldn't
you love
do
them
that.
too? Love y'all. She love y'all. She don't just
Dusty.
love y'all. She love y'all.
That's
see
one
you
thing
guys
I
tomorrow.
don't love about this
Take
era
a
of
deep
Amber
breath.
Lynn.
Calm down.
She does
Any
she talks
boozle.
like her girlfriend, and she ends
I
up
keep
doing
getting
a
freaked out because people are like
don't like
walking
saying
like
the word.
in and out.
It's a
I
black
should just
scent.
probably go do my job.
when white
Bye.
people do it.
How
Ugh,
cute you are.
it's giving racism.
So Casey,
Lord,
what are your favorite
yeah,
hobbies?
for real, for real.
You'll get used to it.
Oh, that's... She don't want to be on camera.
Anyways, see you guys in a minute.
God, she has no respect for anyone.
You know,
Ew.
American Idol, this is the last season. Like, what?
At least it's toned down.
American
When her and
Idol's
Destiny
Bay,
first
and
got
that's
together, it was
gone. For life.
aggressively sexual. Like, aggressively.
When Amber was this happy,
TMI.
she would start to get a
Get
little
very
much
annoying.
for many people,
Very annoying.
including Destiny.
So that's pretty much what's going down.
She's like a child that's had too much sugar.
Huh? Nothing's really happening right now.
Oh.
I'm trying to pay attention. Oh, she's trying to pay attention.
Oh
It's
my
kind of
gosh,
the
yeah.
boring part.
Twonk is gonna get a little full figured. But it's mostly the long toenails. Because, yeah, that dog does
Look
not
at my
get
socks.
the attention it deserves. Amberlynn Reed has pets, like
My little
accessories. You know, she doesn't actually
What are you
love
doing, Kona?
them. She talks a lot about, like, oh, it's so
Okay,
weird.
you guys, I
It's so
think
weird.
I'm
She's
gonna
like, oh
vlog
my
for
god, my
tonight, and it
cats
was
love
probably,
me
like, the
so
most
much.
boring one ever,
My
but I hope
cats
you guys
would
enjoyed this.
eat me. My cat Nib,
becoming shy with this whole
he woke me
vlogging
up
thing.
biting the tip of my
What is it
nose
then?
because that motherfucker wasn't gonna wait until my
yeah,
body
what
was
time is it, like
cold
3?
to eat me. All right, that motherfucker doesn't love me.
We stay up way too
I
late.
love him. I adore
you guys
him.
enjoyed
He
it.
is
I
the
love
light of my
y'all.
life, but he
Someone
would
recently
clearly
said
eat
Destiny
me at the
was
first
more
chance.
into my vlogs when I first moved in with her.
Yeah,
and
the
then now
long
she's
nails is-
irritated by
ugh.
them. How do you feel about that?
I'm not irritated by them.
Same. I talked to her
How
about
long has she been wearing that red shirt? I should have put up like a
when
day
I put the
counter.
camera in your face. You don't get upset or
All the
anything?
time. Get the camera.
Are you just a little shy? Thrown off?
Like, go live your life.
While I'm
It's
driving,
so
you always want to
weird.
do it while I'm driving, and it's like,
Or you should distract a driver
You
like
guys
that.
were saying like Destiny doesn't like me.
I would
vlogging,
crash the
she's
car
annoyed
trying
by
to grab
it,
the
and
camera out of her
honestly,
hand.
she's not, like- Literally
Dog
on the
hates getting
toilet.
her nails done, but we still managed
Anyways,
to
so
keep
this is
her.
my outfit of the day.
Yeah.
I got so many comments
I have to
on
do
it. I
the
was like,
same thing with my
"Thanks,
cats. It's over the course of a couple days. Yeah. I feel ya on that entirely.
Amber could
Oh.
be annoying at times for
Especially,
many,
do you have like a
especially
bigger
when she
dog
said
too? That could
that
be.
thing.
Literally
I'm
kitty
wrestling
cat
cats,
life.
but I
This
just
is
eventually
what this
burrito the
looks like
motherfucker. I'm just like, here
literally
you
the
go.
past forever.
Wrapped
I
up real tight.
literally am
and
in
doing
love.
nothing.
Twilight Woods is
It's hard.
literally
That's the only time I've
the
considered
best
a
month of
relationship.
the
I'm like,
year.
man,
I
another
love
person would be
Tyler Perry,
helpful,
Medea,
but
literally
not
like,
worth it.
Okay, that's enough of that. Yes, the word the word the word
Literally put a coin in the
that
jar.
word could get on
Snowflake.
people's nerves. And as if that wasn't
A
bad enough,
chihuahua mini
Amber
pincher.
now had some
Okay.
new catchphrases
Yeah.
for people to
Yeah, that would be
enjoy.
cute.
we're totally children. Hashtag annoying. Hashtag alone.
Yeah,
Like,
it's real tough when they don't
you know
like
that
it.
moment where you
Yeah.
open your wallet and you're like, dang, that's a lot of
But
money.
it's
and
smart.
then
You do it
realize,
in steps
oh,
too. So that's
hashtag
good.
bills. Hashtag cleaning. This one is obviously
Hashtag red
Destiny's.
shirts,
Hashtag Star
red
Wars.
Nikocado avocado
oh,
shirt.
hashtag CNA life. I say hashtag way
Way
too much.
too much.
Like, I need to stop.
Way too much,
Hashtag
baby girl.
acid, hashtag ecstasy, or hashtag both. Like, I don't know why I keep saying hashtag. I know
Oh
I'm
my
super
gosh.
annoying, but just love me anyways,
Tomorrow
please.
you're doing
And if
the
you guys
last
know about
paw.
Girl Scout
I
cookies,
wish
then
you
know about
all
the
the
knits.
luck with the
Thebomb.com.
last paw.
Thebomb.com.
I just did
Because
my
her insurance
boys'
is thebomb.com,
claws like last
because
week.
cats are thebomb.com.
But I catch them when they're just laying
it's
around. I'll
already
just feel real quick
thebomb.com.
like
What
where
are
we
you
at.
doing? NatureBox
Love
is
it.
thebomb.com. We both got one of these like sandwich container
Oh, she's not in the
type
red shirt in this
deals.
one.
This is my like
God, Amberlynn Reed
laundry
probably has
basket
her
type
own
deal.
landfill.
Apple crumb cake type deal. What was it? Like egg roll.
More
type
garbage
deal. There are
food.
cameras everywhere. Like there's one for in here.
My
this is like the
goodness.
dining room.
Watching
type
her
deal, but
eat makes me
basically
wanna
just
take a
like
nap,
deep
to
clean
be
house type
honest.
deal. Destiny got the
So
white
heavy.
Wonder Bread. I'm the type of person who
Damn.
doesn't do Wonder Bread. I am the type of person if I'm upset or I'm just the type of person who doesn't take pills. I just don't want to. And like I'm the type of person who accepts surprises. I literally just woke up. I look like a hot mess. Don't mind that. I look like
Keep
a
an eye
hot
on
mess. Just woke up. Hello everybody. Okay, so I like just woke
That's
up like 20
good.
minutes
That's
ago. So
good.
I'm
So
looking
you're a
like
good
hot
dog
mess.
owner. Amberlynn Reed could
That's
take
okay.
notes from
Hello
you.
everybody. Okay, so
Love
I'm looking
it.
like the biggest hot mess in the world, but that's okay. I
You look
just
the
woke
same
up,
as
so
you
I look like a
always
hot
do,
mess.
bestie.
At least Amber
Thank you,
was
Zachary
trying to be
Michael.
happy and fun and silly.
But damn,
I
that red
promise this
shirt
isn't
got a
pee. This is
workout
apple
in this
juice.
era.
What
Oh my
a
God,
weird
what
thing
was
to
that?
say. I mean, who would drink pee?
Ew.
So, when Amber was this
Ew.
happy, she would annoy much of her audience,
Ugh.
and sadly Destiny as well.
Poor Destiny.
And she was still filming her co-workers, who clearly weren't
Oh my
comfortable
God, no, I'd
about
black
being
out.
on camera.
I'd be
And speaking
dead of
work,
liver
things
failure.
had
Thank you
finally
very
calmed
much.
down
Trying to
for her.
kill me?
Amber told us she now didn't have to work quite so much. She was still full-time though, so perhaps that just meant shorter shifts. And she
Be
now
blacked out
apparently
on
had the
stream.
same
Nobody
days
wants to
off
see
as
that.
Destiny.
It'll be real ugly.
If she was working shorter shifts,
And
that
it
was
with
good.
multiple chins.
Work was the thing that had been stressing her out in the beginning. Not being able to organize her life because
Oh my
work
goodness.
always seemed to be getting in the way. So, what was Amber going to do
I
with
do
all
like
this
is like
extra
the
free
only
time she
time
had?
in her life
Today
that she
should be my
really
first
had
day
to work.
Off of work
Like
on a Saturday
financially
because my boss
had
changed my
to,
schedule
otherwise
match
SOL.
Destiny's, which is
I do
really
love
sweet
that
of
for her.
But someone asked me a
Well,
couple
yeah,
weeks ago if
baby
I
gonna
could
get
work this
big.
Saturday for them.
She's
and
gonna
I'm
be a
like,
big girl.
Fine. My friend, who I also work with, Casey, she works 11 to 7 tonight, and she wants me to go there, and she wants me to talk to her and hang out with her for a little bit. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm currently at work. I come into all day long. I'm like, oh, I have to go to work. I come into work. I realize today's Friday.
So a
I
little
don't
bit
even
of
have work,
ALR
so I'm just here,
lore.
like,
She didn't
volunteering.
actually have
It
to
didn't
work.
seem to make much sense.
She would
The
just
thing
go to work
Amber
when
had been
Destiny was at
complaining
work,
about over
and then
over
just like
that
hang
was
out.
upsetting
So a
her
lot of the time
was
she
now
was
not so
at
much of a
work.
problem.
She
But
wasn't
Amber
on the
still had
clock
to
and
work
wasn't
as
being
much as she
paid.
could. She told us
So,
she didn't
fun
enjoy
fact.
being at work, yet there she was,
Yeah.
going in as much as she
When
could,
she didn't have
and then would
to, and when
complain
she wasn't
never having the
scheduled.
chance to organize her life because work always got in the
Yeah,
way.
she worked at like a
went
care
in on so
facility.
many of her days off.
Yeah.
Then in the next video,
The only
Hello,
time, and
everyone.
now she
I
gives
have a
us what,
question.
like
Is it
these
possible that I
shitty
can just call
5-minute
into work today because
vlogs
I am too freaking
and
cold to go.
day
I don't
drinks
wanna leave
while
my
answering
home.
Instagram
well, at least
questions.
being a
I mean, what a
vegetarian
life.
was making
If
her
I had
happy.
that kind of life,
So the
I
last
would
thing
be
I'm gonna
traveling.
answer is if
She
I'm
could
still a
probably afford to travel
vegetarian, and I
too.
was a vegetarian
It's
for
such
10
a
days.
shame.
It was
Just
kind
a
of hard, kind of
waste.
easy, like
Like
back
I
and
talked
forth.
about it at
It's
the
not
start of my
fact that I
stream.
was
Like
craving
what
meat at
upsets
all,
me about
because I
ALR
kinda,
is she
like,
could be
wasn't. I really
living
wasn't.
an incredible
But
life,
in the circumstances
but she's so
of,
lazy.
Like, when
She
do a
lives this
get-together, or I'd eat
mediocre
at
life,
work,
and oh
or,
my god,
like,
the
when
red
people
shirt!
provided the food,
It never
it was
stops.
hard for me to choose something that was nutritious, but it didn't have meat. It was just difficult
Oh,
for me.
absolutely.
And finally,
I think
one
the
night
only
when
thing
my
that's a
friend
bit
invited me to
chill
go out to
about
eat, I
her is
kinda
like
just messed up,
Mikado
but I
has
was a
those like
vegetarian for 10 days.
freakouts. I
Okay,
couldn't
so
handle
Amber
that.
couldn't handle
I
being a
can't
vegetarian.
handle
Still,
listening
though,
to
she
someone.
wanted to be healthy.
Well, actually, you
So
know
what
what? No,
now
she
then?
does shriek, doesn't
Well,
she?
someone had
Her laugh
suggested
is
she
very
become a
shrill.
vegan.
Yeah,
But
no,
Amber
something about
couldn't stick to
avocado
being
with
a
like his
vegetarian
freakouts that he
for more than
does.
10
It's
days.
tough for me.
Surely she
It's a
knew
lot
that
like
being a vegan
King
would be
Cobra
even
and his
tougher.
psycho ex-girlfriend
So I'm
now.
literally only 16
I can't
minutes
with
in,
either of them
and,
either. It's too much.
I'm like an idiot, and Destiny's watching it with me. She's already seen it, but I'm crying. Like we're just at the part where
Why?
they're
She
like showing
crying.
how chickens are treated and stuff. And
Oh my
it's,
God,
like,
they're watching
one,
that.
it's,
I
like,
watched that
super
in high
sad. Like
school.
these chickens are living things, and like
Yeah.
they're like made to be fat.
Mhm,
Like
they're
they make them
intentionally
fat,
fattened
so,
up.
They make them have big boobs.
Yeah, so we can eat our white meat that America loves.
Girl,
and,
you go
and it's
to
that
McDonald's
High, what is it? High
300 times a
high
year.
fructose corn syrup.
Sure.
Syrup is from corn,
Syrup.
and I never knew that. And
Girl, there's corn in the name. What did you think it was?
Did I say that?
Yes, but corn.
It's corn syrup.
I
You
know.
dumbass.
I'm at the part
I
where they're
can't.
kind of discussing with a overweight
I
family
can't.
where the dad has diabetes.
I'm trying to
one
remember
the
what the name of
daughters,
this
which is super young,
documentary
probably
is,
about
but I
10,
know
might
I've
have
seen it.
diabetes, and they're discussing how for them it's a lot easier for them to go
no,
spend
when she ate
$11
that
for a full family,
rotisserie
which is
chicken,
a
yeah,
mom,
exactly.
dad,
She's like,
and 3 children just to go
the
get
fuck?
dollar menu items at McDonald's
She's
versus
such a
going to the
clown.
store to get healthy food. For a year,
Girl.
just turn it around for a minute. The unhealthy food's more expensive.
And this is
does
well
for a
after
year.
her
I
3 days of
crave being super
vegetarianism.
healthy, but right now with my income,
I
it's
crave
just
super healthy.
impossible.
No, it isn't.
And it
Aldi.
does sadden me
Aldi
that
is
I
cheaper
can go
than
buy,
all of
you
the
know, a big
takeout,
burger for only
eating
$1,
out,
and I have to
fast food,
spend
all
like
of that.
$3 on
You
a
can
head
get
of
a
broccoli.
bagged
Like,
salad.
it's not okay.
What are you
And it's
talking
up to you
about?
guys
Bagged
to
salad
change the
and like
world.
hard-boiled
There should be a
eggs?
vegan
That shit's
section, just
bomb.
purely vegan.
I know. She's literally opting for it. Like, it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. If you don't like what you're doing, stop doing it.
On this planet,
Just
we are
stop.
here to live, to feel, and to die of natural
She is
causes.
so
We
addicted to
have
like
no right
hyper-processed
whatsoever to
foods. It's
kill
not even
another
funny.
living
But I mean,
thing.
it's like
It is
low-key
not
funny.
Right. It's not
I'm gonna
morally
laugh
right.
about it. I'm not
I
a good
can't
person.
preach this, and I can't tell you guys to change or think about changing the way that you
God,
are
is
in
she
your life
crying again?
if I don't do it myself. I'm going to become a vegan.
Amber was truly touched
Oh,
by
yeah.
the documentaries she had
Oh,
watched
absolutely.
and the book she had pretended to
I
read
am
on
terrible
camera.
about
She
forgetting
couldn't
fruits
have believed
and
any
even
more
like
in those
I
moments
eat like
that
a
she was
massive
going
bag
to be
salad. That's
successful
the only
at
reason I
being
have
a vegan.
vegetables.
You
But yeah,
can all
no,
probably
exactly.
guess what's coming next.
It would be
Someone
so
said
easy
she was
for her to
only
make
vegan
some
for 4 days.
tweaks
She already is back to
and
eating crap like she
be
was before.
like an average weight.
No, I was a vegan for 6
Like,
days.
it's crazy. And I mean, like,
actually.
American average,
And
which
the
isn't
process
even
of being a vegan
skinny.
is so freaking hard.
American
and I
average
went
is like a
vegan
size 16.
overnight. A lot of people don't do that, honestly. A lot of vegans have messaged me, private messaged me, commented, and said this is a
Nikocado
process. And how they
Avocado,
were
like, reached out.
vegetarian
He's
for
like,
like 13
ALR, I
years.
can help
Some
you.
were like vegetarian for 6 years. Some were a vegetarian their whole life since they were born.
She could have
And then
even
they
done like
switched to veganism, and they're like, this is
pescatarianism.
a process, and you will make so many mistakes. Might even
It's
go
so
weeks with
easy.
eating meat, and then try being a vegan again. And something
I
about
even
being
do
a
like I do
vegan
meatless
is
days where I
it's
just
really
like have
just
some
about
tofu
limiting
and protein powder and stuff like
harm
that.
done to animals. It's not about being perfect. Vegans are not perfect, and I'm getting just a tremendous amount of like people saying,
But she's
well,
putting
you
like
take medicine,
so much
so
emphasis
you're
on
not a true
veganism.
vegan. Like,
Oh,
I'm sorry, but
there
if
is
I'm
a
on my
point.
deathbed,
Like
yes,
if you get
I
into
will
like
take
health
medicine.
and wellness, there is
It's
a point
not
that it
about
goes
being
like
perfect.
super
It's about
weird.
trying to spread
It gets
awareness
very
about
also like
the harm
hyper
that is done to animals.
conservatism,
I don't
like
really know what else to
conservative.
tell you guys about that.
Oh my
Currently,
god, I'm
right now,
stupid.
I am
It gets
eating
very
meat today,
conservative.
Probably. I haven't eaten a single
Fuck.
ounce of anything.
Anyways.
I'll probably eat a little bit of meat today. It's been...
Amber
Oh god,
had
I've
her
watched too much
excuses about being
ALR.
ready,
I've lost
but
the
again,
brain
it was
cells.
all
Oh my
just
god,
becoming white
no.
noise at this point. It was
So I
a
don't
process.
think I could ever do.
It
Yeah,
was all about learning.
yeah, no, that's so
spreading
valid.
awareness,
Like it's a
and
tough
so on and
lifestyle.
so
It
on.
is.
Naturally, Amber's mental health took a turn for the
I think
worse.
it's good to just be
after
honest. Like
failing
yeah,
yet
no, that wouldn't
another
work for
challenge
me.
she set
There you
herself.
go. I know
Still
people
though,
who do
at least her new kitten
like
Scarlet
carnivore.
was there to
My
cheer
dad
her
eats
up.
an insane amount of meat, and I'm just like,
Scarlet the kitten.
I'm
when I
good.
first moved here,
I'm
which was
good.
about 7 months
ain't
ago,
no way that man
we
like
had Gracie, which was
is
Destiny's
regular.
cat.
It's crazy.
And she was so, like, the sweetest little thing. And then we had Leia, which was Jessica's dog. We figured, okay, 2 animals, that's enough, that's good. And then one day we woke
Yeah,
up
I have
and
some
Gracie was
texture
gone.
issues with food. I
And
can't
I'm
eat
freaking out,
beans.
scattering everywhere.
I
I'm like,
try.
"Where is
I
Gracie?
consistently
Like, what
retry them,
happened?"
but it's
Gracie
a texture
ran away.
thing. They make me gag. It's like gritty. It's mushy and gritty.
And all in that, like, kind of swift motion, Gracie ran away, and our roommate
Gracie
moved
ran
out.
away.
So we
Justice
had
for
no more
Gracie.
pets, and it was kind of sad because I love pets. I love giving them the love that they need. Like, no pet should ever be in a shelter or in
I don't think
a freaking
ALR
cage
really
somewhere
loves
in a
any
store.
animal.
Like, no. The
besides
reason why
herself.
we had to get rid of Scarlet is because our apartment complex only allows us to have 2 pets. I was like, oh, okay, like, cool.
I would never.
So, obviously, we
She would
wouldn't
have known
gotten rid
that
of Scarlet.
before-
We would have tried.
Yes, Amber
Before,
wasn't allowed
like,
too
even
many
applying
pets,
for
so
the
Scarlet
apartment.
had to go.
I would never apply
Wow,
for an apartment
it's
that
a
wouldn't
good
allow
thing
me to have
Gracie
my 2
just disappeared
cats.
when she did.
Or I would
Otherwise,
just lie to
Amber
them.
wouldn't have been able to get Wasabi in the first
crazy.
place. What a happy coincidence that was for Amber.
Yeah. Thank goodness Gracie went missing. That really worked out perfectly. Yuck. Yuck, yuck.
2015 was now over. 2016 was now well underway, and Amber was back to being negative and back to making her excuses.
I'm not adding exercise in January because I work a lot already. My feet hurt all the time. My heel hurts all the time. My ankle, my back, like my back has been hurting so bad lately. I think I have a slip disc again. This happens quite frequently.
Amber had been on YouTube for a couple of years now, and now we had enough footage to know that Amber making any sort of positive change for herself just didn't appear very likely.
So my resolution is to reach 299.8 pounds. First little goal is to be 369.8, so that's down 15.4 pounds, and I don't care if it takes me a whole month, I am going to reach this goal.
Yeah, exactly.
I weighed in at 450 on January 1st, so I want to lose 120 pounds this year.
Each year a new goal, a new resolution. And each following year she would start off heavier than the year before. She couldn't have it both ways. If she concentrated on wanting to be happy, she would go get a McDonald's. But then later on, after weeks of eating terribly, she would get depressed about her weight. It was coming down to what did Amber actually want? Short-term happiness in that moment where she would eat things she shouldn't, or long-term happiness losing weight. Sometimes when serious things would happen, like the situation with her mother, and sometimes when she was just feeling a bit tired, she would go get takeout and have her excuses at the ready. But she had a choice. Happy short-term or happy long-term. And by now it was clear what Amber really wanted. She wanted a McDonald's.
I don't know why you guys think we do nothing but eat, because that's definitely not the case at all. Throughout the day, I'm not eating a lot. Like, I understand that I show like food a lot in my vlogs. I could stop doing that. Like, I don't understand. Just because I'm showing us eating does not mean that's all we do. Destiny is not eating a lot too. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Like, the average human is supposed to eat like 3 square meals a day with like snacks in between. Destiny probably eats 2 to 3 times a day.
I sit on my ass
and
all day.
she's actually a pretty decent eater. A lot of the time I'm showing something that she's like eating that's like kind of not healthy. But for the most part, she does eat like a lot of fruits and vegetables. She gained weight because she was on a birth control that made her gain a lot of weight. But she was on a birth control and made her gain a lot of weight, and so she completely stopped taking it. She's never had an issue with food or an issue with weight. Like, no, I'm not in denial. I don't even understand why you'd even say such a thing, because clearly I'm facing the truth, and I am trying to show you guys my journey of whether it's a weight gain or a weight loss. This is still my journey, and
because,
no
they
journey
need to
is
keep, like, their blood sugar at a certain
like
range.
there are journeys
My mom
that
is
have
a
waves.
diabetic,
There are journeys that are
and
like this,
she's
and then there's my
terrible
journey
about
where
that.
I'm a
She'll,
little
like,
like
drop
this.
real low
And
get
if you guys
dizzy.
want to stick around and watch
Yeah.
that, go for it. But I just don't
And,
really
like,
need the negativity,
I
and that's
work
just
from home,
me being
sitting at a
honest.
desk.
Amber just wouldn't hear it though when someone would
like,
tell
it's
her the
mostly
truth,
summer. Winter gets
no
really
matter
tough for me
who
to get,
was
like,
doing
a
the
lot of
telling.
activity.
Destiny will
So I
try to
eat
help me
less.
all
Like, I
the
have to
freaking
adjust,
time,
otherwise
but
I'm
I
gonna
get
gain
mad.
weight every winter.
Say I'm eating some ice cream or something. She will look
she
at me
don't
and
do
say,
anything.
Amberlynn, you do not need that. And I will get mad at her because I will be like, you're not my mother. Like, you don't tell me what to do.
Like, baby,
And this
don't do
happens
that.
very frequently.
ALR's
And
like,
it also happened with my ex-girlfriend, Crystal.
Let me in the fridge.
Amber was just doing
I
what
could
she
see
knew
her getting
best,
so,
repeating her
like,
endless cycle.
aggressive
I
and
need to lose this
nasty.
weight. It'll
It's
make me
like
feel
in my
happier and more
600-pound life
motivated,
when
give me
they're,
more
like,
energy. I'll stop being in so much
people
pain
from
all the
their
time.
bed.
I'm done complaining. I just really need to lose this weight. So what I'm going to do is
Yeah.
every week,
Yeah.
or every day actually, I will be writing in this
That nose
notebook.
piercing. Oh
I
my
will be
gosh.
writing how many
That is a
points I
good
ate,
question. I don't
if my day was
she-
good or bad, my thoughts, kind
That
of.
thing's gotta be
if I messed up a
nasty.
lot.
I bet it's got that piercing bump. Cause yeah, if you're not like taking care of your piercings, they're gonna get ranked.
But we all knew this planning and all of these new ways of losing weight she came up with
There ain't
was
no way
pointless.
this woman
Changing
smells good.
required dedication,
Like, ever.
and
She can
Amber
use
simply
all the
wasn't about that
perfumes.
life.
It
She would
ain't no
always
way.
return to what was most comfortable.
But this one's my favorite of the three. And then I've also
coloring.
done this
Oh my gosh, I
one.
love her coloring vlog. Said nobody
It's
ever.
past 2 a.m.
I'm tired.
Why the fuck are you up at
She
2 a.m.?
tired.
11 o'clock rolls
And not feeling
around
good,
and
and
my
I already know I'm gonna
grandma
get sick
ass
too,
starts
but
fucking yawning.
oh well.
Ugh. That looks terrible. I don't like that.
Because I was down 89 pounds. That's 11 from 100 pounds.
And despite Destiny
Girl
being in
win.
hospital twice now with supposed acid reflux,
Yeah.
even she went back to what she knew best as well.
But this is Destiny's creation.
What the is
There
that?
was one video
Were
where
those
Destiny
Hawaiian
vlogged
rolls?
while
They were
Amber was
dinner
in the
rolls
shower.
with hot
Destiny,
dogs
despite
shoved
never
into
doing a
them
real
and
vlog
ketchup
with just her
lazily
talking to
squirted
camera,
on top.
was actually very good.
Y'all don't
Some
even like
would say even
That's
better
the
than Amber.
worst part. They
I
don't
wouldn't
like
say that
food.
because I have to remain impartial. Destiny was clear, confident, and was actually quite entertaining and informative.
That's
Amber
devastating.
wanted Destiny to start her own channel, but Destiny had no interest in doing
Oh
that.
my gosh.
For now, anyway. It was a shame for her genuine fans though. Seeing more of Destiny and Amber would have been good for the fans.
Hey, it's okay to be a
In
night
fact,
owl, don't get me
it's a great
wrong.
idea for anyone to
And
have a second channel.
I've had those too,
Hello,
but
snowflakes.
yeah, it's
Why
tough
not
for me
subscribe?
to
Why
get
not
past
subscribe
that.
to
I
our
gotta be,
second
like,
channel,
doing something.
Under the Hood?
I better be
Come
out
see
with
videos
people.
deemed not good enough for the Mr Snowflake channel, and see more of your favorite village
They're
drunk,
awful
Jimmy
with food.
Jimmy Bunker,
Like ALR
with vlogs,
cooking the life out of
nudity,
anything.
podcasts, and not much more.
His Under
You'd
the
be a
Hood
fool not
content
to
is
subscribe
actually
to
pretty
Under
good.
the Hood, the place to go when you've
don't
literally
dislike
watched
it.
everything else
I
on
kinda like
YouTube.
Mr. Snowflake.
So join.
It's alright.
Amber,
But yeah,
throughout her
no,
YouTube
these two
career,
break my
had
heart.
shown an
But, like, when
amazing
Amber would,
lack of
make her,
self-awareness.
soups and stuff,
But
they just
recently,
look so
she seemed to be
gross.
getting even worse with
I
it,
do love soup.
telling us she couldn't
Yeah.
afford healthy food, then wasting money on things she didn't need, and going out to restaurants.
I went
She
to
would
the
eat
farmer's
unhealthy
market,
meal after
at the
unhealthy
very
meal,
end of summer before
reach
they
her
closed
highest
up,
weight in
and I
almost
got a
every
ton of
weigh-in video
produce,
she
and I
did,
roasted it all
and
up,
then would
I
give
made
people
big
advice
batches.
on
I
how to
roasted
be a
vegetable
happy,
soup.
healthy person.
And I
need
got
to
a
eat
bunch in my
healthy, you
freezer
need
and I
to
just pull out and
work
dry
out,
whenever
just
I
keep a
want it.
very heart
amazing.
healthy
Just
attitude
get your-
towards your life.
don't like the
you
money
need
shot?
to take care of your body.
Come
you
on.
really do.
People
And I
on
think
her
not to take
OnlyFans
things
pay
for
good
granted,
money
like I was
for
talking
that.
about a second ago, and laugh at little things and just wake up every day wanting to be happy, because
Oh,
a stressful life
inspo-lin.
is really a killer, and it can make you age
Get off of
quite fast.
Pinterest.
You'll
alright?
honestly
Stop
notice that
reading
a happier life,
deep
you just feel
quotes.
younger, you feel
Fuck
better,
it,
you just feel
Pinterest.
more alive. And
Amber's ex-girlfriend Crystal would try and help
So
her with her weight, but Amber didn't listen. Her now girlfriend Destiny would try and help her with her weight, and despite
everything,
Amber
the whole
usually
shebang.
telling Destiny it was none of her business, she was starting to listen a little more.
on Friday, I actually wanted some cookies. I was gonna, do my points with them and everything, but
Yeah, there's
Destiny
quite a few,
literally told me
of
no.
chess pieces
You're not
that I
eating
would
those
not
cookies.
need to see.
And I
where you're
honestly
coming
got
from.
upset. I got mad
Even
and I huffed
sometimes,
and
like,
puffed
I've
about
seen
it,
some
but I
shots of
put the
men.
cookies away and I
I
didn't
was,
eat any. So
I was
Put
on
that
this
cookie
Pride
down
website
now!
this summer,
At the
shopping
end of a
for-
good
for
film
merch,
or book,
for the
our
festivals.
protagonist will often
And
have
there were
changed in
shots
some
of
way,
guys that I just
almost
did not need to
exclusively for
see,
the better.
frankly.
But no
It's
matter
like-
how
but I
many
was like,
sagas of Amber's life we followed,
I can't do it.
at the end of each
But
of
no, I
them,
feel you on
there was
that
either no
entirely.
change at all or a negative change. Usually a negative change.
I didn't want to get out of the car
Usually
because
a negative
my
change.
foot freaking hurts. Like,
Not her
And even when there was the odd positive change, could we really believe it?
No.
441.6, so that is me being down 13.4 pounds in
Show
1
me the
week.
scale.
At least there was some positive news for Amber. She was not getting evicted despite their roommate leaving them in the lurch, as it were.
That's good.
Amber
An eviction
had
on your
been
record
worried
is
for her
terrible.
future living situation type deal, but thankfully, Amber managed to solve that crisis.
Living
It's about the
situation
whole
type
eviction.
deal.
Am I getting evicted? I'm not as of right now because Destiny and I
good.
were able to pay the rent ourselves, which was hard to do, but we managed. I'm very OCD when it comes to
had to
bills.
cut
Like, I'm
down
a
on
very
their-
big planner.
Their McDonald's.
I am a lot more responsible than I thought I would be living on my own. Like, I knew I'd be responsible, but I'm like probably too responsible. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm very, very into saving money, making sure we have the right amount of money for our bills, planning our bills.
I mean, y'all are dual
ridiculous.
income. That is the goal.
Amber's happiness
I
was
would-
almost
I would kill
non-existent
for a
at this
second
point.
income at this
Sure,
point.
there
Damn,
was
I'd
the
be
brief moments
ballin'
of
if
joy,
I had a second
like when she
income.
got a new pet, or in the moments when she binged. She could act happy as if the trolls didn't get to her,
Or did she
but
say
we knew
something
they
else?
did. We knew that when she was happy on camera, there was a good chance it was all lies.
Self-control.
Amber would need to quickly learn the lesson that actions have consequences. Her actions have consequences.
Yeah.
The poorer
Yeah,
the choices she
loves
would
a
make, the unhappier she would
self-diagnosis.
become.
If that
Amberlyn
is
Reed
right,
is a
then I'm
treasure
literally about to
trove
cry.
of
If she wanted to actually start
self-diagnoses.
being happy and not go vlog after vlog being upset, she would need to start making better decisions, eat healthier foods, save money,
Yeah, she
go on
says
more
she
adventures,
has, like,
and the main one, be
there's some
truthful
phobia
with
where it's like a
herself
fear of small
and with her
holes.
audience.
If you look it up on Reddit, it's crazy though. There's like some crazy skin diseases.
I
that
was
give you,
part-time.
like,
I was
that, like,
always on
It
call,
infects your pores.
but I
and make
was
them big.
part-time. I
That red
lied
shirt
to you guys
needs
and
a
said
break.
I
That red
was
shirt needs to
full-time.
be framed. I bet it's ranked
Anyway.
too. Ain't no way she's
I better get
washing
back to
it.
filming things for Under the Hood, the
It's
second
like
channel.
her
Link
her
in
black.
description.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trypophobia, heck yeah, that's the shit she was talking about. I think that shit looks dope. It's kind of
Cardi
cool.
B is a bad person, and she did all this stuff for the bloods.
I don't know how we talk.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Bunker.
Wow, this is dark as fuck.
Oh wait, no. What is Mr. Snowflake's real name? Does anyone know? I sure should know. Bro always puts a bag on his head.
Does he want to have a
I mean,
baby?
he's kind of ugly, so I'm glad he does. Oh
They
god,
call it
Amberlyn
replication.
Reed is a
Wake
parent.
up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Who gave her a baby? Whose baby did she steal?
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Whatever,
Wake
trust.
up. Today's gonna be
Destiny,
a
I feel
good
like would
day.
hold that baby by its arms and
Today's gonna be a
dangle it.
good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good.
Episode 7. Yeah. I hope he does another one soon. Because she's out of her single gorl era and onto
We were now
her new-
into February of
her new,
2016.
girlfriend that she's being a
Amber
bit of a
was seemingly
homosexual
enjoying
with.
life with Destiny in
She
Florida.
went to visit,
She was doing
and she's
her
been there,
usual
like, 2
Amber
months
things,
now.
eating out at restaurants,
The audacity
watching
of this
TV
bitch.
late at night,
I'd be
shopping
like, you need to
late
get the
at
fuck
night,
out of my house.
buying things she had already bought a dozen or more times, showing off her outfits, going to work, and we knew she was at work because she would film there so often, despite her telling us she was actually not allowed to be filming there at all. Amber told us she was not allowed to film at work while filming herself at work.
Because I can't be vlogging like the residents or what I do here because that's against like everything, all the rules.
Amber was always filming at work. She would never show any of the residents. However, there had been several occasions where we heard some of the residents speaking in the background, and this was when they didn't realize Amber was filming. It seemed inappropriate to many. She would just usually film herself and Destiny sat around, not doing much, killing a bit of time until the end of their shift. Both Amber and Destiny were now in a comfortable routine together. In previous vlogs, they couldn't keep their hands off each other, kissing and cuddling and playing around with one another. But now they just seemed comfortable, perhaps a little too comfortable.
Destiny just farted? Like...
They still showed affection to one another, but there definitely seemed to be a change now. Not necessarily a bad change, but a change nonetheless. Perhaps it was just a sign that they were both growing up and ready to settle down. Amber definitely seemed ready to settle
I'm
down.
grateful for.
We
don't
talked
get me
about
wrong.
getting married, of course we have, and we have also talked about having babies. Those were 2 questions that I just answered, so yeah.
Amber had always mentioned wanting to have kids one day, and when one of Amber's friends brought in her baby for Amber to hold, it made Amber realize she wanted kids sooner
Holding
rather
babies
than
scare
later.
me. I think I'm gonna
And
drop
why
'em,
not?
Like, to be
Amber
honest.
was
All I can think
25
about
years
is, like,
old,
don't drop the
in a
baby.
committed, loving relationship, and had a full-time job. She seemed ready to have a baby. Amber had discussed wanting kids in previous videos, and
It's a
holding
lot,
a baby now
yeah.
gave her the
It's a lot
idea
of
that
lore.
maybe now was the right time.
We're not even.
After
yeah.
all, she was
We're
a
on
responsible
Destiny, which
grown-up.
is like
This
her
makes me
third
want to have a
relationship.
baby. There's so much responsibility
And shaped by the
though.
algorithm
At
ends
first, it was
at-
easy to dismiss this,
I
Amber
think it ends
wanting a
at
baby.
wifey,
But it
who
wasn't
wants,
like when
a
she would tell us
girlfriend
how
to
she was
go.
going to be a vegan and then
So,
change
yeah.
her mind within a
Yeah.
week. Both Amber and Destiny talked about having a baby quite often.
To buy
Yuck.
sperm where we are is $690, and honestly, that is cheaper than I thought it would be.
She doesn't
Tell
even
'em
take
about your
care of
dream.
herself. What are they gonna
I was
teach the
pregnant.
child? Like,
And I could feel
that
the little
child would be
baby.
neglected.
I was rubbing it.
Who would be taking care
Amber
of it?
definitely seemed serious about being a
'Cause
mother.
neither of those
Of
two are
course,
the
right
adults
now,
in the
Amber didn't
relationship.
need to be a mother to a baby. She was already a mother in her own way.
Come here, come to mama, come to mama. Come. She loves me so much.
Destiny wanted kids as well. Not right now, but someday. Destiny worked full-time, so paying for a baby should have been doable. But she would need to make sure she was fit enough to handle a baby. As we know, Destiny had recently been to the hospital a couple of times now due to stomach pains, possibly caused by her unhealthy lifestyle. She, along with Amber, needed to get healthier if they were going to stop ending up in the hospital. Amber definitely needed to sort her health issues out if she was going to be a mother. She couldn't be running around after a baby if she couldn't even look after herself.
I'm tired. I did not get like any sleep last night. I feel like my heel spur and my slip disc are both flaring really bad today.
With Amber's body constantly in pain and Destiny being in the hospital twice now, it was good to see them finally both take their health more seriously and be more active. No, of course not. Both Destiny and Amber still were not taking their health seriously at all. They were still eating bad food and drinking plenty of soda, going out to restaurants what seemed like every video.
Never land in her natural habitat.
What?
Denny's.
No,
Is that a bad joke?
just not wear the harness 24/7.
Their relationship seemed to have slowed down in terms of passion, but when they were both eating out at a restaurant, this is where the pair seemed at their happiest together. Well, most of the time anyway.
So the waiter just came up to us and said, "And for you, sir?" Does she look like a sir?
They should have been worried for their health. Both had been gaining weight ever since they became a couple, even though Amber denied Destiny had put any weight on. But their unhealthy lifestyle was not the only thing they should have been concerned about.
Like that poor baby.
There was a tornado warning in the area, and sadly for Amber, she had to work. That meant she had to leave her 2 babies, Wasabi and Twinkie, at home to be scared by themselves. Amber was extremely worried for both her babies, but what else could she do? She had to work. If only she had been a volunteer, or perhaps even part-time, perhaps she could have been at home. But sadly, she had to work 5 days a week. Her pets should have been fine though, just as long as the tornado didn't hit Amber and Destiny's apartment complex.
The tornado actually hit like our apartment complex. There is gas stations that have collapsed, gyms that have...
Amber's pets were fine, thankfully, but the devastation that was left behind after the tornado was terrible, with people losing their homes and even people losing their lives. Amber felt terrible for anyone who had been negatively affected by this tragedy. After all, Amber was a good person. At least, according to Amber, Amber was a good person.
some of the things might sound like I'm being rude or like I'm a rude person, but I'm actually a really good person, and I can honestly say, like, my heart is made of gold. You guys like me because a lot of you said that I just seem like a genuinely nice, kind person, and I really, really am. And
So if Amber was such a good person, then why couldn't everyone else who watched her videos see this?
Like, the fact that
In
she
our
has
last
to
episode,
announce how
Amber had
so
become a
frequently, like,
vegetarian
I'm
and
such a
then
good
quit.
person, I'm such a good
Then
person.
she
Like,
tried
are you
becoming a
really,
vegan,
like, for
and then
real?
quit after just 6 days. Despite only doing it for those 6 days though, Amber would still say how she used to be a vegan. But not
it was
eating
6
meat products for
days.
just 6 days
I
didn't
was
seem
saying
like a long
3,
enough
I'm a
period of time
bitch.
to consider
I'm an
yourself a
asshole.
vegan. At least that's what a lot of the comments were saying. And there were plenty of comments that were calling Amber out for giving up so quickly after having made video after video telling us how important it was for people to not eat meat and how wrong and cruel it all was. Amber just had to address the ridiculous comments she was getting.
there was a couple people saying I was lying about being vegan when I was a vegan. I recently was told that I was a bad person and that I was not a good person because I started eating meat again. And I was like, what? And people should stop being so negative all the time. Like,
Not eating meat
God,
doesn't
you know
make
how
you a
much
good
beautiful
person.
life is if you just stop being negative and started being more positive. I don't know. People are having so many issues with me right now, and it's to the point where this is my life, my journey. I do what's best for me. I do what's best for other people around me, but I can't be judged upon everything, and there's nothing I can really change. I just can't continue to be judged over something that, I don't know, you just shouldn't judge someone, like, of their life, you know, unless, like, you're literally murdering someone, like.
Yes, you can absolutely.
Anyways, I need to get to work.
You're like, yeah.
Amber didn't want any negative comments left on her channel. In fact, she was disabling comments more and more on her
That's terrible
videos.
for engagement.
She didn't want to be judged, feeling that only murderers should be judged. Amber, though, was of course happy to hear and receive any positive feedback.
I got so many compliments today, and did you keep hearing? I can't say her name, but she's
All
like,
right.
"You look sexy."
I gotta figure this
I'm
out.
like she kept saying it. It was funny.
The hard part is I need my hands.
Quite mistaken for like
Otherwise I can't crochet.
17, 16,
Hey, now we're
24,
cooking.
But I'm 25.
Now we're cooking.
They also
Aw,
said
yeah.
that they think I'm beautiful.
When this
in
mic
their
falls,
eyes.
it's gonna be
Someone asked,
so
why am I so
loud.
pretty? Honestly, I'm not. Thank you.
So anything positive
Oh God,
was
my
fine,
arms hurt.
but anything negative
My arms are gonna
she
be
didn't
fucking
want to
rock
hear or
hard,
see.
bros.
It
Aw,
appeared as
yeah.
though she wanted to create
Pilates
her very own echo
who?
chamber.
Nah, I
only doing
crochet.
what she
That's how I
wanted.
got these guns.
Amber, though, the longer she was on YouTube for,
God.
would gain more subscribers and
I'm gonna
more
wake up
attention.
and just
And
have
if
to
she
like
was
spin
struggling
my
with
day
a
like
couple of negative
Frankenstein
comments
tomorrow.
So early on, how would she handle even more negative comments the bigger her channel became? She still wasn't up to 2,000 subscribers at this point, and already the comments seemed to be way too much for her
Gotta
to
get this
handle.
purse done. I'm on a deadline of my own creation.
Amber giving up being a vegan definitely brought in a few extra negative comments.
There was a money shot for a
more than
minute.
she was
Damn.
used to getting. But
Should've
Amber,
clipped
if
it.
she thought she could vlog her whole life, then never hear anything bad, was very much mistaken.
Hey, you know who Boogie
The
is?
majority of the comments she didn't like weren't
He's
cruel
another-
either. Of course, some
He's
were,
another cow.
but the vast majority of the negative ones simply questioned Amber's effort, or lack of effort, especially with her poor attempt at
I got this
becoming a
dope
vegan.
clip of Boogie
Anyone
where it
even
sounds like
remotely
he sounds like a
questioning
dog.
Amber, well,
Like the way
Amber
he
didn't like
whimpers
it.
and then he goes into
There were
like
plenty of
crying.
YouTubers who received much
Yeah,
harsher
I got this.
comments than
It's like an
Amber.
old clip,
YouTubers who were really hated.
but I'm
Amber
gonna
had
animate it
immense
into a
with her
GIF.
lack of effort with
But it's one of my
being vegan.
absolute favorite
And
moments
with
of
the
him.
extra negative
I think
comments
it's when
Amber was
he's like he
receiving,
admits to
she was now
lying,
extra aware
and then
of
he's
her
like,
behavior and the things she said.
but he like
And she was trying
whimpers
to be
so
as
loud
careful
it
as she
genuinely
could,
sounds like a
not to
dog.
upset any of her
Oh yeah,
viewers.
yeah, he did. I'm gonna have to watch that.
I want you guys to know, like, I felt kind of weird.
Oh, he
last
did
night. I
Nova
say fuck
Online.
you,
I don't know who
Walmart
that
in my
is. I gotta
vlog
find
last
that out.
night, and
I
personality is very,
I'm in like
you know, just
the
I don't know,
bowels
you guys
of
have to know me in
YouTube
person to understand
where
that. Like,
I watch
legitimately
videos about people
don't
who
mean
like
fuck you on or
dumpster
totally
dive
joking.
for
Like, I
used
just wanna clarify, I
diapers
shouldn't
and then they
have to,
wear
but
them
a lot of people
and then
take things
they
personally, which I understand.
squish them
Happens to
until all
of
the
us.
filling
And
pops out. It's
I
so
just want
fucked
people to get
up.
mad at me because while
I'm
it's,
not
like,
on a
in the
good
home,
side of
I'm there, like,
YouTube.
personally,
I should
and that's
really
what I
change my ways.
Just
Turn
before
my
anyone
life
attacks
around
me,
before
I
it's
just
too
wanted to
late.
say, it was a joke, and I feel like I shouldn't have to edit it out. See how many I have.
Ooh, he
It's
was.
almost like an
I'm gonna have to
illness,
check
but
out
that's
Nova.
okay.
I feel like
I always tell
the
people
name
it's better I'm
sounds
addicted to
familiar,
books
but
than
I
I
don't think I
crack
recall
cocaine
the
or
lore.
something, and that wasn't meant to be
I have a
offensive,
terrible
like,
habit of
my
like
parents
putting
are drug
on
addicts, lived
those
that whole
fucked up
bit my whole
videos
life.
and then going to
But
bed.
even with being extra
I like to listen
careful,
to it as I
Amber
fall
couldn't
asleep.
help upset some.
I was kind
Who's
of
the
just
creator?
talking about how I
Revzilla
don't believe in the
does these
Bible.
little
I might have caused some
yeah,
ruckus
paper chew, heck
because
yeah. Revzilla is another
have
creator who
offended
does
some
like
people by saying
deep
that,
dives
saying
of
how I
like
believe
problematic
bullshit.
people on
I'm
the
just like,
internet.
I'm here
But
to,
he
like,
does it in a good
apologize
way
because
where
I
it's
didn't
like,
want
hey,
to
these people are
offend
potential
people.
predators.
I'm
Like,
just a very
be
blunt
wary.
and raw person. Like, I'm not just like
She's
on
so
YouTube,
raw,
like, I'm
you
like that in
guys.
person, and I don't ever
Fuck.
mean to come off like as a rude
I'm so
person.
sorry.
And I'm sorry if I
sorry I
offended
did
anybody.
Second guessing everything she said and did, and preemptively apologising for things was
That
not
sounds
a good way to
exhausting.
live. Surely, if she carried
Second
on this type
guessing
of
and
behaviour,
preemptive
it would start
apologizing.
to drive
Ugh.
her mad.
Touch grass.
Amber wanted to prove
Touch
to people
grass.
just how nice she was, so the comments would be more positive. She showed us the sweet message she left in a card for Destiny's mother. She would join in on
Oh my
pranks on
god.
Destiny's
When
dad
Becky's
to show how
mom was
fun she
dying of
was.
cancer,
She was just making
ALR
sure
sent
we
her like
knew
these really
that she was
nasty
an overall
voicemails that
good
got
person.
leaked.
First things
And
first,
she was
we're
like,
gonna
you
go
never
get
thanked me for the
Destiny's
money
mom
I
a
was
gift.
going to
It's
give
not her birthday,
you.
it's nothing like that. It's just
Bitch, you didn't even give
It's
her
just
the
because
money
gift.
and
She
you wanted
also
to thank
showed us how
you?
many books she
That's like
was
a
reading
man
as
who's
well,
like, I was gonna
claiming to
take
be
you out to
obsessed.
dinner. That ain't
It was
shit.
almost as if to
And,
say, I may not
bitch.
be doing well with the diet, but at least I'm
Gross.
doing good at something
Yuck.
else in life. Although
Girl
many
is a
doubt
walking
if she
ick.
actually did read as often as she said because of her poor grammar.
but I need to
Poo.
write. Last time I wrote in it, but until
I wrote in
recently,
it.
I have catched myself. They're
She
writing,
is
writing
so
my day. Does that make sense?
Amber
Talented.
simply
She
wanted
is
the rest of the
a
world to see
modern
her
day
how she saw herself. A
Shakespeare.
nice, honest,
We
real person
we are too
with a
dumb to
heart of
see her
gold.
genius.
Amber failing to lose weight was still the thing that brought in the most negative comments. It wasn't just the fact that Amber couldn't lose weight, it was the lack of effort people had an issue with.
For some reason, like I recently made a video where
And it's not even her weight at the end of the day. It's just that she's kind of a shitty person. That's really
My
it.
answer was
That's
no,
my
I don't
beef.
want to exercise, but
I'm like,
lately I've been
damn.
really missing the gym. I foresee the gym in my future. I guess we'll see though. Have you guys ever had breakfast in bed because it's about to go down? I'm having some
Oh my god.
cocoa pebbles.
keep missing the hole.
Like,
I'm about to make my
love
own.
Cocoa Pebbles. It's
We
one
gonna
of my
like that.
favorites, and yeah, it's
Come
I'm
on.
gonna eat that. So I just woke up.
not
Actually,
gonna eat
Destiny
it.
woke me up. I wanted to sleep in today because it's my day off, and I love sleeping in on my days off. But I woke up even before I normally do. Like hashtag ironic. I'm tired.
What?
I did not
Bitch,
get, like,
you don't know what
any
ironic
sleep last night, I
means.
feel like, and I'm just.
Her audience had over 2
I woke
years
up
of this.
earlier
Amber
than I
telling us one
usually
day
do
she
on my
wanted to
day
be a
off. Is that
healthier, better
ironic?
version of
No.
herself.
Alanis
Then the next day,
Morissette
she would
needs
be
to publicly
smirking and
apologize
giggling
for what she's
about
done
how
to
she
the
had
word
ordered a
ironic.
McDonald's.
Alright,
Amber
that
often
woman
said
wrecked
how
an
she wanted to help
entire
motivate others, how she wanted
multi-generations
to inspire her
with her
audience
false
to achieve
definitions
their
of
weight
irony.
goals. It sounded good, wanting to be a source of inspiration for people. That sounded like
sounds
something a good person
exhausting.
would say. Inspire others through your actions. Amber's words sounded
Girl wants
good,
to be
but her
Gandhi.
actions were severely
She's going on that
lacking.
hunger
More than
strike.
anything, you guys, my greatest life goal is just to make other people smile, and that when the day I die, they have a good impression of me and not a bad one. I want to.
Damn, the bars in hell. That's.
Amber's
I got
weight had
nothing.
never been
I got
higher.
nothing.
In our last episode,
I want to rant, but I'm
Amber
not
kept
going
hitting
to.
her
Like,
record
what the
weight
fuck even
with
is
each
that
new weigh-in
people
she
pleasing
did.
bullshit?
She even had to buy new scales to read her weight because her old set of scales didn't go that high. And now, Amber had to do the same thing again.
The scale that I have now no longer weighs me at all. And as much as I like that scale, I really need one that weighs me because I need to start weighing myself and being accountable and the whole 9 yards.
So her
She
last
had
set
to
of
be
scales had maxed
accountable.
out. These new scales, though, could read up to 550 pounds. Amber, of course, wasn't 550 pounds yet, but she was
Yet.
working her way up to it.
Ooh, that stitch looks ugly.
I don't know if you guys heard
That's
that.
okay
It said
though. We'll cover it up.
461.0 pounds. I'm gonna step on it again just to make sure. All right. I said it the second time in a row, so that's all I need. So my starting weight is 461.0 pounds.
Jeez, she's already there.
Goodbye. I'm honestly really disgusted with myself, and yesterday I weighed myself and I was 467, so it's the highest weight I've ever been, which is unfortunate.
Whoa, when did we get there?
468.2 is my starting weight.
He's
for
jumping.
April 1st. And on April 30th, I really want to lose 30 pounds, but 20 would be good too. So I just weighed myself and I weigh 470.0 exactly on the dot.
And that red shirt still
April 1st, I was
fitting.
like, okay, so
What size was
I'm
it?
gonna weigh myself every day of April and I'm gonna try my hardest, blah, blah, blah.
Blur, blur,
And
blur.
I've gained like almost 2 pounds since I said that, and
Amber may not have been purposely working her way up to 550 pounds,
Yeah.
but some people actually suspected maybe she
It
was.
just seems
But
like
why?
I would be
Why would
so
a person purposely
uncomfy.
gain weight?
people have been saying that a few different things, like how I'm trying to gain weight.
Like I'm no
so
skinny
I
mini
can
either, but damn.
apply to be on my 600-pound life. And a lot of people are saying,
I feel
even
like
if
I
I'm
should
not trying
stitch into
to make it
that.
to 600 pounds, I will make it to 600 pounds. And a lot of people are thinking
She shouldn't
I'm
have said that.
trying
She
to be
spoke it into
600 pounds to be
existence.
on my 600-pound life. And on top of that, a lot of people are saying that I could be on my 600-pound life right now. A lot of people are saying, like, the person I am now.
They'd probably
can be
take
on my
her.
600-pound life.
Yeah, that
And I
sure
was
had
gonna
to have
say,
been
no,
like
I
insane.
can't. I'm not
600
knocking the
pound
show,
life,
it's an
they
amazing
like when
show.
there's like a partner
But
that's very
The people on
enabling.
that show can't do things for themselves. Even just them showering is super, super hard.
Amber, of course, wasn't trying to make
Sorry, I
herself
keep hitting my
600
mic.
pounds, and she was right. Those people who appeared on my 600-pound life struggled with simple things like taking a shower. Thankfully, Amber never had any problems in that department.
But really bad thing just happened. I was showering and I fell in the shower, and that never happens. And it scared
So,
the living shit out of me.
that's her
I
current
screamed for Destiny.
relationship.
She
He
came
hasn't
running.
made
I was crying.
a shape
We
by
were
the
both
algorithm
freaking. Took
of
me
current
about 10
events
minutes just
at
to
this
get
time.
out of the shower.
But that
from
is
the floor.
her current
Okay,
girlfriend
Amber couldn't exactly.
was reaching out to like really popular plus size content creators while her fiance was dying in the hospital due to weight related complications. So Amber Lynn Reed's current girlfriend, her name is Emily. She goes by Tommy. She is an alleged feeder because she got her fiance to that situation essentially, and she like the girl world found the eulogy. They found the DMs. Multiple creators came forward and they're like, yeah, your girl was reaching out to me during this time and she was in my DMs. It was a big thing, and actually the community as a whole, including the reaction channels, they were like, hey, Amber, you're in danger. You're like genuinely in danger. And Amber Lynn Reed doubled down. She doubled down. She was like, y'all don't want to see me happy. Y'all never want me happy. I've never known this kind of love. And we really think like Amber Lynn Reed wants to be with someone who thinks that she is perfect and beautiful and all of these things and doesn't want her to have to change. Amberlynn Reed does not want to change. She likes who she is. She is happy with who she is. She has only ever attempted weight loss at the behest of her partners. And we see that with Destiny. We saw that with Crystal. We see it again as she goes through with Becky and Wifey. And she's done Ozempic. She's done all of these things. But she only ever does it when she's with a partner. When she was single recently, she had no change. She would drink BuzzBalls all day and just kind of give these really lame vlogs. But yeah, her current situation is concerning because it seems like she's getting less mobile, and she's been at her current girlfriend's. Like, she went up, it was supposed to be like a short visit. She's been there almost 2 months now. And yeah, he did. He did on the Under the Hood. Absolutely. And that's why I like Under the Hood. But yeah, the new girlfriend is deeply concerning. And the fact that I feel like that's the first time the community's been genuine towards Amber in a hot minute, because it was like, you're in danger. She's gonna kill her. And I think that Amberlynn Reed likes that Tommy likes her size. I think Amber does have some feedy tendencies, and yeah, unfortunately, it's an icky situation. Yeah. Ugh. I love Under the Hood. I do like. I don't know. He just.
Exactly shower without
he's good at what he does with documentaries and just breaking things down. I like it.
Like, I have
like
a
a lot.
job and I'm able to walk and maneuver myself, and
Amber made a good point.
Because yeah,
Unlike the
Amberlynn
people
Reed's
on my 600
cat,
life, she had
Wasabi,
no
I believe,
problem
is
walking
currently
and getting
missing.
around.
like,
And
my back
Amberlynn
was
Reed, like,
hurting and my
can't
feet
go
was
look for
hurting.
her. She can't go
Just taking
and do
10
what she needs
steps
to
was really
do
hard for me.
because she's gotten herself into such
Like,
a
just
bad
putting on
situation with her
socks,
mobility.
it's hard.
It's really sad.
It was hard to have much sympathy for Amber's current health situation. No one was forcing her to eat and eat. No one was forcing her to ride around on Walmart scooters at 2 a.m.
Jeez.
Amber was doing this to herself.
And she's so
Although
old
it
acting
wasn't
like
all
that.
Amber's fault.
Someone
Yeah.
asked, do you think Destiny
Yeah,
is an
it's
enabler?
I'm a cat person, so like I feel
don't
really
wanna
bad
sound
for the
like harsh or
cat,
anything,
of
but
course.
yes, I feel like
I don't
a lot
feel
of
bad
people
for
are, and they
Amber.
don't even realize it. Destiny's never.
The cats
had
aren't
to
microchipped.
really
They
care
don't
about
have
her
any
weight like I
collar.
do. She's never known someone as big as me.
You know, I
so
hope that
it is
someone has
different for her.
found her
She doesn't
and
understand it.
she has a loving,
Amber
warm
now
home.
believed Destiny
That's
was
all I
an
hope.
enabler and
It's
told
really
us how
sad.
Destiny didn't understand her weight
Oh
struggles.
yeah, it was Rarity. That's
However,
right.
in the past,
Thank
Amber
you.
had told us
Thank you for
Destiny
reminding
was
me.
nothing but helpful and
Yes.
supportive. Destiny would often try to
So
persuade
sad.
Amber to not eat
'Cause
the
Rarity's
things she
just a
shouldn't
sweet
have been
baby.
eating. Amber
I
would
mean,
even get angry
I have a
at
lot
Destiny
of,
for
you know,
doing
empathy
this.
for cats.
And as far as we
It's an
could tell,
innocent animal.
Destiny was still
And
trying
she
to
left
help
the door
Amber as
open
much as
because
she
God
could.
Another
forbid she
question
not
I've
be
been getting
lazy.
is, when am I gonna start exercising? Destiny has a gym membership and she has gone without me a
Girl,
couple
Crystal
times,
had a
but she
whole
has the
gym
option of
set up,
actually
like in her
taking someone with
basement,
her.
and
I
you
just
never
have always
used
declined
that.
because again, I do have a really bad foot. There is something wrong with my heel.
Oh my gosh.
There
And we haven't even
definitely
gotten
seemed
to the
be more going
ankle,
on
her
here with
dangling
Destiny than
ankle.
Amber was telling us.
A
I know how it
bajillion
feels to not have someone there
excuses.
for you, or
My
have someone
goodness.
not understand what you're going through. Like, I know how that feels firsthand. I really do have a big heart, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I feel like I let people walk all over me. I feel like that's a big issue.
I feel like Amberlynn
I'm
Reed
not the
probably
one
has
who
like mild
sets the
people
tone in the
pleasing.
relationship. I always let other
mixed
people do
with,
that
like,
for me, and I feel like in a sense
A
that
weird
is like
narcissism.
getting walked all
I would
over
love for her
because
to get a real
I just let you
diagnosis.
treat me how you want to
Goodness.
treat me, whether it's
She
good or
is
bad,
apparently
and
gonna
I just,
see
like,
a
deal with it. This is
bipolar,
gonna sound kind of sad. Sometimes in my
specialist,
daily
so we'll see if
life,
that's
like, people
legitimate.
around me, I feel like they don't care about what I'm
Because she's
saying.
been
Like,
blaming everything
you know,
on bipolar
it's
for the
only normal to
longest
feel
time
alone
now.
sometimes, and a lot of time I feel like my words
I think
don't
she
mean
could definitely
anything.
have maybe
And
some ADHD
kind of
though.
like if I'm looking sad and someone asks what's wrong, I feel like they're not really listening to what's wrong, and they're more so just waiting to respond.
Were they just settled, and that's why the constant kissing and affection we were used to seeing was beginning to slow?
I mean,
Or was something else going on?
yeah.
Destiny wasn't her usual excitable,
Destiny
bubbly
loves
self
sliding into
when she
girlies'
appeared on
DMs.
camera, which was getting less
Didn't
and
Destiny
less.
get married?
When she did appear,
Pretty
she
sure she
almost
did.
seemed uninterested in Amber, but nothing had happened as far as we knew. So, what could be going on? Well, one theory was that Destiny seemed to be the only one who actually did stuff around the apartment.
Yeah,
Amber didn't
I
seem
mean,
to
we've
do
known that
anything
for
to
the
help
longest
Destiny.
time.
Destiny was
ALR
the one
would
who cleaned the
vlog while
apartment.
Crystal was
When their
cleaning.
mattress started growing mold,
God
it was
forbid
Destiny
Amber
and
do
their friend
anything.
Libby who lifted the mattress and started cleaning it.
Ew,
While Amber stood
the
there
mattress
filming.
was molding.
Destiny drove Amber
Yuck.
all over. But when it came to filling up the car with gas or looking after it,
Yuck,
it was always
yuck.
down to Destiny. Amber's laziness would have irritated most, and maybe it was beginning to irritate Destiny.
I mean, yeah. She acts like such a child.
Destiny may have said
Thumbnails
in the
of her newest
past that
videos.
she
She's getting into
enjoyed
scary
Amber
levels of
vlogging
weight.
as much
Oh,
as she
Amber,
did.
yeah.
But Amber
Yeah,
was never
that's
in
the
the moment
thing.
with Destiny.
Absolutely.
She was always viewing her
It
through
is.
a screen.
It's deeply
And
concerning,
when she
and
wasn't
not
viewing
even
her through
in
a
like
screen,
a
Amber,
body
at
shaming
times,
way.
seemed more interested
I
in
think
her
we're
vlogging
gonna.
than
We're
Destiny.
watching her
show it
die,
to them
bro.
physical, but I think
Like
it's,
that's
like,
the
online
fucked up
somewhere
bit.
where they can figure it
We're
out.
straight up
I
watching her
mean, you can
die,
look up your records and see that
and she is gleefully killing herself. That's the worst fucking part. Like,
just to tell me, like, open up and let me know. What do you want to see
if
from
my
me?
sister doesn't like this purse,
Baby?
it's mine. I'm gonna be so mad if she doesn't like it. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just gonna be sad.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they
But
can
yeah,
hear the
no,
water or
Amber
not,
Lynn
but
Reed
it's
is.
so loud. I want them to like hear
She's
me.
on a
Okay,
scary
sorry.
path right now.
Oh my god, my girlfriend keeps texting
That
me.
only
It's interrupting my
she
video.
Whenever Destiny had
change,
something going on
you
with
know,
her,
unless-
Amber just wouldn't let her have the
Unless,
spotlight.
I don't
We saw
know,
this when
she'd be
Destiny was
deemed
in
unfit
hospital,
to care
and
for
Amber kept
herself
talking about the
and
time she
put in
had
an
acid
inpatient,
reflux,
she
and how
would do
Destiny
so
being in
well
hospital made
going
her
through an
feel.
inpatient.
She just couldn't help but make every situation type deal
I want to see
about
her on Doctor now. I hope she gets the my 600-pound life.
Right as we were getting into town.
That would be a banger.
My grandpa just had a stroke. And she's home alone. And she doesn't want to be home alone. And on top of that, she's stressed.
That's
worrying about
scary.
my grandpa. So she wants us to go over there. And,
Yeah, go spend time with the
keep her
fam.
company, and then we're going to stay at her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's like really,
See, and-
really sad and really bad news. And, 'cause I
Yeah,
remember
we
when
can
my
really
grandma
tell
had a
you're
stroke.
real
This was years and years
empathetic
ago,
and broken up over
she was
it,
in the
Amber.
newspaper because she was like
Like-
the magical stroke lady, like, oh my God.
And
Because she had that type of stroke that
her
kills you,
girlfriends are
and it's very
oftentimes like
rare
family
that
oriented. And
you
so
get
it's
out
just
of it,
really
and
sad to
she
see
was out of it with
Amber
just
Lynn
something
Reed
like
kind of pull them away
Maybe
from their
these
families.
things bothered Destiny, maybe
ALR
they
was in
didn't.
inpatient treatment
Destiny
for
certainly
prostate
didn't
diet.
tell us anything,
Oh,
and neither
absolutely.
did Amber. But
Absolutely.
there definitely seemed to be a
very,
lot of interest
very doctor
coming from
now.
Destiny.
Yeah. Could have easily lost 200 pounds by now.
Amber was always trying to make her
He is
audience like her
iconic.
and get the
Yes,
positive comments
I
out of them.
entirely
She had
agree.
always enjoyed showing
Yeah,
off the
it would
healthy
be
food she would
such a game
consume,
changer for
even
her.
though her weight was usually
she
getting
would
worse and worse.
fucking who
And
is it?
despite
Tammy
her now
Slayton.
being at her
You know what
heaviest
Tammy
weight
Slayton
ever,
did, where she went
she was
into the
still trying to
facility,
brag about
she
how
got her
healthy
shit
she was
together,
being.
It's the next day. and I'm
she,
just
you know,
about to
changed
leave
her
for work. I mean,
life.
this
Look
is
at
a
the
smoothie.
Slayton
This has
sisters. Look
banana,
at, I talk a lot about like
and,
1,000-pound
like,
best
so many
friends.
blueberries,
Look
I'm
at
probably gonna
Vanessa
turn
from
into one.
1,000-pound best friends. You know, just
Amber may
there's
not have
so
been
many
getting
opportunities,
100% love
and Amber
from
Lynn
her
Reed could
audience
afford
like she was
inpatient. She
craving,
could.
but at least her
You
pets
know,
loved her.
she could take her
Wasabi,
cats and
jump
Twonk
up. You
to
are a
stay with her
brat, I'm gonna
mom
get you.
and go
And he
and
hooked himself
change her life.
into my arm.
you know, she
literally.
has the means, and I think that's what's
Amber
really
had a
frustrating.
tiny scratch from Wasabi. Amazingly though, Amber didn't go to the hospital.
For a cat
Amber and
scratch?
Destiny had been left in a sticky
Yeah, I'm surprised
situation
Amber Lynn Reed wasn't
when
like,
their
I was
roommate
gushing,
Jessica, the exotic
gushing
dancer,
blood
suddenly moved out,
from the cat.
claiming she wanted to live with her boyfriend and it
I
had
don't blame
totally
that
nothing to
roommate
do
for
with
dipping.
Amber walking around
I'd
the
be dipping
apartment
too.
not wearing pants
Yeah.
as often as she did.
Oh, I bet that was a sight to see.
But after some worrying, Amber had managed to solve that crisis by
Amber Lynn
getting
Reed in
her
her granny
finances in order
panties,
and was able to
walking
afford the
around
rent.
half naked.
But now
Ugh.
they had to move out anyway because their lease was up. Amber would
And
do
the
well
landlord
to
didn't
not
want to
stress
re-sign
eat
their
while
lease.
she
They
searched
probably
for
weren't good
somewhere new
tenants.
to live.
Most
Amber
landlords
did
would
manage to find an
prefer to
apartment
keep
she
a
liked,
tenant.
but there was an issue.
That's
the
why
house that we wanted, actually there was a
haven't
couple
moved,
houses
and
that
I
we were
paint
really
my
thinking
shit.
about
I
renting.
paint all over
and
my
every
apartment.
single one that I called, they only accepted one
And
animal.
maintenance comes
and
in, they don't
two,
say a
and
word,
I was
but
like,
I
I'm
keep-
not fixing
I
to
keep
give up one of my
my
animals,
space
like,
because I pay my
no.
rent.
Yes, sadly
I pay
she was
my
only
bills.
allowed
My
one
bills are
pet
paid.
if she moved to this new place. And being a good person,
Tammy Sleep.
Amber would never get rid of a beloved pet.
The reason why we had to get rid of Scarlet is because
go.
our apartment complex
last
only allows us to have 2
roll
pets.
of
Amber
ribbon.
seemed positive though
This
about the
project has
prospect
been
of
the
having
bane
to
of my
move,
existence.
so that was a good sign. What
Well,
wasn't a
and
good
you know
sign
what?
though
That's
was
the
when
thing though,
Destiny
like,
left
you know,
Amber
is your
alone.
roommate walking in on
Amber
you,
seemed
or
at
you
a
got
loss.
your own place?
She
Like,
didn't know what
that's
to
why
do with
I have
herself.
my own place, so
Maybe
I can
Amber
wear
could have
and
read
do
some
whatever I
books.
want.
Maybe
I just
she
close my
could have
blinds,
cleaned the
that way the
apartment
neighbors
for
don't
once.
get a show.
Maybe
But
she
for
could cook
real,
Destiny
like,
dinner.
she doesn't
No,
seem to
instead,
have
Amber started doing
any,
live
like,
videos
respect
on
for the
Snapchat
mutual
hours at a time.
spaces. Like,
At
if you
least
want to sit in your
Amber could now
undies,
speak
go in your
directly to the
room.
people that
Dang.
truly loved her.
Someone asked, why am I being so annoying? I'm not, so...
I mean,
Thanks.
that's just like your
Someone just
opinion
asked,
that you're
how do
not,
I feel
though.
about Dina
The audience
Dre's
thinks that you
comments?
are.
So, who is Dina Dre? Let me explain. Dina Dre is this faceless person on YouTube who comments on my videos ever since I started YouTube. He, bipolar. She's probably left me a good 1,000 comments, probably like 3
Live with your
comments per
family.
video.
Yeah, yeah.
She's probably sent me like 3 nice
My mom's
ones,
the
but
same way.
rest
She's
are
like,
them, and
we just be
aggressive
chilling,
and nasty
exactly,
and harsh
as it
and
should
just-
be.
But honestly, sometimes I look at it as she's viewing my
Okay,
videos,
this
that's coming
is
to view,
coming
getting me some
along.
money. Like, I don't care. Keep
So-
watching, keep hating because you're making me famous.
see.
Lately, my subscriber count on YouTube has been like skyrocketing by like a mile.
I'm gonna
And
stitch these
with that
together.
comes hate. Like,
But
I woke up to this
first, I
morning
need
and
to
comments that
crochet
literally make me
our
question
purse
why
handle.
am I even doing
Oh
YouTube? Why am I
yeah,
putting
it's
myself
all
out there?
coming together.
This person was telling me
This
to
purse has
get
been
plastic
such a
surgery
work
to
in
look like my friend
progress
Libby
for so
because
long
I'm
now.
like an elephant and I have
Killing
diabetes,
me.
which I don't. Like, I'm not gonna stop YouTube because YouTube has become my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
So
me
how about try being
too.
a little more positive
Twunk
in your
has had a
life, and
hard
I bet you $1 million
life.
that positivity
That dog
will
has seen
change
some
you,
stuff.
mentally and physically.
That poor
Honestly,
baby.
I feel like I'm a good person, and I'm really tired of people.
Gosh, she really does
constantly
think she's
just
like a
judging
good
me for
person.
everything. Like, when I was a vegan, people judged me for being a vegan, and then when I wasn't a vegan, people judged me because I started eating meat again. Like, people judge me for freaking everything, and I just think people need to stop judging.
Amber spent
Never.
most of her
That's,
time
like,
on
my
Snapchat
favorite
just getting
thing.
herself annoyed talking
I'm an
about
excellent
the haters.
judge. What are you
So
talking
why?
about, Amber?
Why did she even
I
do
can't
these
stop, won't
Snapchat
stop.
videos?
Home Alone without Destiny. Oh. I'm just like really weird when it comes to being home alone. Like, I get kind of freaked out. I don't know why, but
Girl,
then
you are too old
I calm down
to
a
be
bit and I'm
tweaking
good.
about
I'm
being
here
home
tweaking
alone.
wasabi and I'm going nuts. I'm just
Fucking
chilling with my
Kevin
blanket.
McAllister
And that's what I've been
over
doing
here.
forever. I have literally been talking to you guys for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Are you guys bored with me yet, guys?
Yes,
So I
Amber.
have the day off today. Destiny
Dog,
doesn't.
that dog
There's
has,
no Libby
has
here.
that 1,000-yard
It's just me
stare
by
of a
myself,
traumatized
alone.
Corvette.
And I'm
Absolutely.
so, like, weird when
That
it comes
dog
to
has
me being
seen
home
more
alone because
shit.
I really
Oh,
have
the
never
stories it
experienced
could tell.
just being home alone by myself.
It's the only time I
It's
wish an animal
a
could
very
talk,
rare,
to be
rare
honest.
thing. So I'm like,
Amber clearly didn't do well being left alone. She wouldn't do anything productive. Instead, would just make Snapchat videos and focus on all the negative things people would say about her.
I do need to
Amber
go
wanted to inspire, but
over.
whenever she spoke, nothing positive came out of her mouth. It was 40% her talking about why her life was hard, 50% talking about the trolls, and 10% her saying the word literally. But life seemed to get a little easier when people told her how much they loved her.
I'm literally such a baby tonight. Like, Destiny left again, and I got this long Snapchat.
It'll be so sad
It
when
was just so
Twonk
sweet
goes,
because I
though.
really needed to hear it.
Like, it's gonna happen, don't get me
hearing
wrong,
that
but, like,
people
it's gonna be
really
sad.
enjoy my videos and can relate to me, like,
I just, like, the
means so freaking
Twinkies
much.
deserved a
Whenever
better
Amber
life.
would
I
be
think
left
that's
alone,
the
she
thing.
seemed to get very low. She didn't have Destiny or Libby to distract her. She only had her own thoughts. And whereas some people would love to be by themselves to think, the more Amber was left alone to think, the lower her mood became.
She got the big
I
C.
woke up really depressed. Like, I had an amazing time yesterday and last night, but I don't know what happened. Like, just, I woke up and felt like someone died. I don't know, you guys.
What?
I'm feeling...
Oh, of course, she's
I
got to
feel
be,
like
like,
I fucked
crazy
my life
dramatic
up, and I honestly
because
feel like
Destiny's away. She's
I
got to make sure Destiny
have ruined
never leaves
my
again.
life.
Her girlfriends
I don't take care
can
of
never
myself.
leave.
I am killing
They're her little
myself. And
prisoners.
some of the things that are in my comment section
Oh.
come
Here we
off
go.
so fucking rude,
I'm so
excuse
sorry.
my language. And it's hard for me to read, but a lot of it is true.
What?
How
Oh.
I am digging my grave with a fork. It's so
Girl,
true.
you have been.
And I'm starting to feel emotional because I'm so open with you guys. And I just
What you
feel like
doing?
it gets taken for granted.
Being a cute
It
little
really
peeps.
does. A lot of the time I'm called a liar. How am I lying? Like, I'm so brutally honest with
You
you
look
guys.
like
It's
you want to eat my
disgusting. And
cords.
it's like I don't
Nibs
hide
is,
anything. And
A very good boy, but he eats cords. He loves
I
a
don't know
good
what to say.
wire.
I just feel like I regret becoming the person that I am.
Girl, you should.
And I
Then
feel like
change.
I'm so far down
Then
in
be
the
a
grave,
different
I don't know how to
person.
climb back out. I don't want
It's
to
the
die.
climb.
Like,
Just Miley Cyrus that shit.
I
Alright?
understand, like, that is, like, the stupidest thing to say because everyone
Like,
dies.
you
But it's
have
like, I don't want to die
autonomy.
young.
Like,
I don't get to
you
do
could
the
just
things that a normal
do something
25-year-old
else.
gets
You
to
could
do,
literally just
and
change your life. That's
it
what I did.
hurts, you guys.
I looked around and I was
don't know
like,
what to
this
do.
sucks and I don't like it. And then I left.
And I hate that I'm sitting
then I was like,
here,
new
doing
life.
this right now.
Like,
Those
autonomy is
comments just
legit.
really got to me.
It's the
And
shit.
It got me thinking, and I just don't know what to do anymore.
Stop whining. Go do something.
I just
Take action.
hate myself right now. I really do. I think I just need to take a moment to myself.
She should
because
journal
I
about it.
regret filming this and uploading it.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like, you filmed yourself
I just
crying,
need help.
and now you're gonna upload it,
I hate
and
that
then
I've done
you're probably,
this.
like,
I
checking,
hate it so much.
like, what is it, the analytics on your video, like,
I'm
ooh, how
so
good did this do? It's so weird. You popped ads in there, too. You monetized your
Amber had
content.
told us
It's
in
weird,
previous
bros.
videos when she was feeling a little down, but things seem to have stepped up now. She seemed overwhelmed by everything. People not taking her seriously in life, the pain she was now in because of her dramatic weight gain, and of course the haters and being judged. She may not have liked the negative comments, but they seem to have made Amber stop and realise she had done this to
Right?
herself.
It's
Where
so
she was in life
frustrating
was
when
down
she
to
gets
her.
whiny like this, because
This seemed
she
like it
could
could
literally
actually
just
be
do
the
something
moment Amber
different.
fully realised what she had done to
And
herself,
she just
and this could have been the moment
doesn't.
she changed, turned her life around.
I
So,
think Drunk
I
Lynn.
just ordered
I just want to
a
get to Drunk
pizza.
Lynn.
Shame on
She's
me,
at
shame
least
on me,
fun.
but I know I shouldn't, but I'm sorry.
Nope. Even with her realisation that she had ruined her life, Amber still couldn't change. She would focus on all of the wrong things. She would see the vast majority of her positive comments, but only focus on the handful of negative ones. And when she didn't have any new negative comments, she would think about old ones.
Destiny's doing a little bit of cleaning, which reminds me, okay, I vlogged Destiny cleaning, what was it? I don't know, it was quite some time ago. And someone's like, why don't you get off your butt and help her clean? Why would I vlog myself cleaning? Like, the only reason why I showed her cleaning like a few times is because I was sitting down just decided to say hi and stuff. It's just weird that people really honestly think that the only thing that happens in my life is the stuff that I say or show or share or anything. And I'm just like...
Amber was clearly too invested in the negative comments, and she relied far too much on the nice comments from strangers to make her feel better. By her own admission, she was lazy and had no motivation for anything in life. She was in pain due to her dramatic weight gain. She couldn't handle being left alone, and when she was alone, she wouldn't leave the house. She couldn't drive and had no intention of learning. She couldn't even get the seatbelt to fit her. She would routinely stay up till the early hours of the morning, or dark time as she would put it.
And it was dark time.
She didn't exercise, not even a walk around the block. All she did was wake up, go to work, come
Oh my
home,
God, I'm an
watch
idiot.
TV. She had no goals.
So Crystal
no
spent
reason
like
to get
8
out of
hours
bed. It was no wonder
trying to
she was
teach
feeling
Amberlyn Reed how to
depressed.
drive,
She
and at
wasn't
least one
helping
time it was 6
herself.
hours in a single day.
Amber liked to tell us every now and again how the comments just didn't get to her, but she sure did bring up the comments a lot, and you could tell others judging her was beginning to drive her crazy.
I have been getting a lot of freaking comments from this one particular person asking, why is my dog locked up? Why isn't your dog in this video? Blah, blah, blah. I love my dog so much. Like, oh my God, it's like my child. But I do not lock my dog up. If I was filming this whole video right now and I uploaded it, I know for a fact Dina Dre would say,
Ooh,
"Where's your
she
dog? Where's your
hates
dog?"
Dina.
Little does
She
know.
hates to see Dina coming.
Twinkie, you look in the butt. You look in the butt.
Ew,
Yes.
what the fuck?
She is always next to me. So I don't
Oh.
really know why some people have to assume certain things
My
in my
bad.
life that aren't even true. I don't have to show my animals in every single video. I don't have to talk about my weight in every
We
single
do.
video.
We need proof of
I don't
life,
have to
bro.
explain why I'm not a vegan in every single video. Like, it's like these constant subjects that people just won't let go. And it's like, this is my life. I make these videos for me and I make them for the people who enjoy them. But I do not need the judgment.
Come on,
It's
champ, you
hard.
can do it.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, it's alright. Like, people have their own opinions, but they don't need to be so rude. And it's like, right now I'm feeling some type of way because I am home alone. It's been just kind of a dragging day, honestly. Someone asked, how do I deal with hate? Really, I just ignore it. Like, it used to bother me really bad. But I've become so numb to it because I know people just do it because they have no life. Like, I just don't even care anymore,
She
honestly.
feeds the trolls.
Do not worry about what other people think of you.
Amber was clearly getting more annoyed at people judging her. With each new video she uploaded, the more negative comments she
But we're
had
so
to deal
close
with.
to being done.
Some had suggested Amber simply disable the comments to her videos.
So someone asked, since I get, some hate on YouTube, they asked if I'll ever disable comments. And honestly, no, I wouldn't.
No, she told us she wouldn't disable comments, but she did, and she did
all
often.
the time.
Especially when it was on a video she knew she would get some backlash for. So Amber would say she wouldn't disable comments, but she quite often did. But Amber told us she was raw. She wouldn't lie to her fans now, would she?
And I might tell a fib or two here and there because who doesn't? Like,
Ooh,
She was
Fiblin.
stressing more and more over these negative comments, but what could she do?
I don't know if you guys
I
watch
don't know if I'm
Trisha
gonna have
Paytas,
enough ribbon
but
for this.
she always says things like,
Oof.
even if people are talking good about you or bad about you, as long as they're talking about you. I know that might be like a really bad way to look at life.
I think
but when it
so.
comes
That's like
to
a
YouTube,
really bad
Obviously, you're
way.
making videos for the views.
Like,
so
I guess
if I get
that's
people viewing my
Any
channel,
publicity
it
is
makes
good
it to
publicity
where
kind of
I get more
mindset,
views.
but like,
Get it?
one, you're a
There's a way
YouTuber,
behind
so
it.
maybe,
Amber wanted the views but
don't.
didn't want the negative
But,
words.
that
And
ain't
she
none of my
really needed the
business.
views more than ever now.
Far
Because
be it
not
from
only
me
was
to tell
Amber having to
anyone
move
how
to a new
to
apartment,
steer their ship.
But Amber, along with Destiny,
I don't know
were planning
anything.
on moving to Kentucky, where Destiny's mother
Ooh,
lived.
Kentucky.
And there was a sad reason
My car
why
broke
they were
down there
moving to be
once.
closer to Destiny's mother.
These people came to help me, and I couldn't understand a
Her
fucking word they
mom
said, but they were
actually
so
had
nice.
Some really bad health things go on, and she was going to the doctor a lot, trying to figure out what was wrong, and she finally figured out what was wrong, and she has to go through surgery and just a lot of different things, and we want to be there for her, we like need to be there for her, and it's like
it's good to be there
it's
for
almost
family.
as if a higher power, the universe, like is putting us in this situation.
Oh,
so
agnostic
we can help
Lynn
her
talking
and be
about
there for
higher
her.
powers.
Destiny's mother
Careful.
was ill, though we weren't sure what exactly was wrong with her, but we all hoped it wasn't anything serious like Alzheimer's.
I hate you. That was terrible.
So Destiny wanted to move back to Kentucky
Like
and be there
old-timers.
for her mother.
It's very
to help
Zoolander.
look
That
after
joke
her.
is very
And
Zoolander
Destiny
coded.
was of course going to tag along. That meant though that they would have to quit their jobs in Florida. Amber was understandably upset. She loved working and caring for people, but she had no choice but to go with Destiny. Amber and Destiny did
I mean, they
plan
coulda broke
on
up.
finding jobs once they had moved,
I'm not gonna move
but the money Amber
unless
was making
somewhere
from
nicer
YouTube
than
was
where
now
I
more
am.
important
But
than
shit, I
ever.
love where I am. I ain't
And to
going
get
nowhere.
more money, Amber needed more views. A lot more views.
How is she gonna do it? How's she gonna hack the views?
Now that Amber was planning on moving and quitting her beloved job, she needed more money than ever before from
Gotta
YouTube.
make more money.
So Amber tried her best
Gotta
to start
get up,
bringing
get
in the
up,
views.
get up, gotta make
She
more
tried to
money.
join in on the latest trends and challenges,
Oh no.
as well as needing the
Ooh,
views.
money
She
shots.
was also getting a little bored
Titties.
with her regular vlogs anyway. She had nothing new to say, and her vlogs had now just turned into almost exclusively therapy sessions for her. She just didn't seem happy
If I
making
ever
them
start treating
anymore.
And I
this
know
like
some of you are
therapy.
frustrated because like I don't do anything. Like
Someone find
there's
me
no
and put a
ever
bullet
vlogs,
in
like,
me.
when I'm in the car,
Good
or when I'm
God.
at home, and it's because
That
that's
sounds
really all I
awful.
do. Someone asked, why don't
Like,
you do
you don't go to the
daily
internet for that
vlogs?
kind of
I get
stuff.
excited
That's
when
not
I
what
see
it's
a new video
for.
from you.
Like, no
Honestly,
matter
it's
what
because my
kind of
life is,
community
like,
you have, you can't just be
boring. I have
putting
a
that on
full-time
people.
job that I
It's
attend,
weird.
and it's like I
It's
don't
parasocial
do
in a
much.
way.
It's the truth. Like,
It's like, damn,
'cause
that's
I
just
really
your
wanna,
audience, not your
venture out on
therapist.
the videos and not just do vlogs because my life is not great. It's kind of boring. I feel like my vlogs have become
Amber tried an
Yeah?
eating baby food challenge,
Is that like some
which sounded
Scooby-Doo
like
Ruh-Roh
it could have
shit?
been fun for her audience. Any sort of challenge can do big views, just as long as it's fun to watch and not annoying.
set go.
Jennifer Aniston eats baby food.
I changed my mind. It's peace. I need a gun. I need
I
a
think
gun.
I could
need
never.
A gun. I need a gun now. I need a gun. I need a gun. I need a gun. I need a help. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh, the Libby era too. That shit was so weird. It's one thing if
the
it's
video
like
did
a
not
sibling,
do
I
well
think,
for
but
views. She then
no,
decided
actually,
to
'cause
just give in
they
and
were
be honest,
pretty
and show
inappropriate in front of
everyone
Libby
what a normal
too.
day of eating was like for her.
I didn't
Often
care
in the
for it.
past, Amber would
It's like,
admit
dang,
to
that's a
eating
minor,
bad food
kiddo.
now and again, and having the occasional binge late at night. Sorry, at dark time. But when she showed us
The
what she would
dark
normally eat in
times.
an average
That's
day,
what I don't like about winter.
well, it all
It's
became
the
clear
dark
why she was
times.
gaining weight so quickly.
Like, I know I'm gonna get a lot of grief on this video, but this is me literally opening up,
Literally.
and I mean, I know I'm gonna get hate. I know it. I feel it already. It's gonna happen. Alright, so I got myself some hot Cheetos. I got these last night, or I ate some last night, but I'm about to eat this bowl of hot Cheetos. Like,
Why?
what? I should not be eating this the first thing I wake up. But
Oh
I am,
my
because it's what I
God.
want, and I don't
You're
care
eating that the
today.
first thing you wake
So,
up?
This is my first plate. I got
Whoa.
some rice and broccoli.
I
chicken.
would know.
This is like a peanut
That is
chicken.
a one-way ticket to not feeling too super duper the rest of the freaking day. Damn.
So my next plate is fries. I got a little bit of this crab stuff and more white rice because that's like my favorite thing
Ew.
ever. With
What a
some
waste.
Mongolian
There's
beef.
this,
I don't really
this
know
awesome
what to beef,
sushi
I guess
buffet
we'll
by
see. I
me.
only got for the vegetables.
And
So now
man, I
got
just get
some
sashimi,
butter
and I can do like 30
and
fucking pieces of
cream, which is like one of my
sashimi
favorite ice creams.
with no
I'm
rice and
super
everything like that.
excited.
What a waste! Such
Okay,
a waste
so
of calories.
So what I got is
Fucking hate rice.
chocolate hazelnut is in here, cake batter, graham cracker crumbs, Heath, and some brownie bites.
Yeah,
Alright, so
all of
I wanted
it.
something salty,
I just don't like
so
Heath bars.
I made a cup of noodle. I put soy sauce in it, garlic, and pepper.
This didn't come across as a one-off either. This seemed like it
All the
was a
time.
typical day for her. Restaurants and buffets,
This
ice
is like a
creams
what I
and
eat in a
desserts.
day, damn.
Amber hadn't shown us a whole day of eating before. It would have been too embarrassing for her. But she needed the views now, and she got them.
Oh, this
Her
is
video
when
of
she
her
really
eating
started to
all this cat
monetize
food
her size.
did 10 times more the number of views an average video would normally get her. It was now clearer more than ever what the algorithm wanted.
I can't even tell you how many times I have been requested to make a mukbang. This is spicy burritos. It's just frozen burritos, like hashtag living the poor life. I'm good. Silky smooth promises. Sorry. I just died in a milk chocolate bliss. That was that. So, good meal. I had to order $20 worth for them to deliver. Like, Diet Coke. These are not good for you. Nope, they're not. But they're good. I'm on a bit of a health kick, exactly how I should be, you know what I'm saying? My mukbang videos, the first one I uploaded was the hot Cheeto one, and people went ballistic on it. Like,
More mukbangs meant more views, which meant more money. The mukbangs may have been good for her bank balance, but they were clearly not good for her health.
isn't that weird? How even just getting up to walk all the way to the fridge, I get out of breath.
Even when making these mukbang videos she enjoyed making because she had an excuse to eat, Amber still couldn't get a certain something out of her head.
And for some reason, a lot of people in the comments are questioning if I know how to count calories or not, which is quite annoying because yes, I am morbidly obese, but I am the pro at counting calories.
I keep
So
turning
I know
off
how
my
to count
mic.
calories,
I'm
and I
so
kinda just wanna
sorry.
prove it to you.
I'm just
I had 2 of
yapping.
these, that's already 100 calories.
And
And
apparently
I made
it's
a
off.
mistake. These were not 50 calories, they were
I'm
40.
gonna have to check my connection.
330 calories for
I don't know
that
if I'm
meal.
bumping
So I
it
just wanted to prove to you guys
on
I know how to
something, or
count
I don't
calories.
know.
It's very insulting when people say I don't. And I just wanted to prove it to you. Oh my god. You're making mukbangs. Don't you care about your weight? My whole thing is, what I choose to put in my body is my choice.
We
But
know
if I ever
that.
come on here and I eat like a pizza, people will cry about it.
Yeah.
So this is my pizza. It's a medium
Because we
pizza.
thought you were
It's
trying
like
to
I
get
regret that
healthy,
pizza.
girl. Like, what are you doing
But
eating
if I ever come
pizza?
on here and I eat like a pizza, people will cry about it. It's just I don't want to be judged for what I do. Like,
Amber kept repeating herself about not wanting to be judged, and she kept repeating herself about how no one understood her. She was in full victim mode now. Amber,
Not like a
while acting
teenager.
defensively over her choice
Nobody
to eat the pizza,
understands
told
me.
us she'd been making some changes in her life.
I am making a drastic amount of healthy choices.
A drastic amount of healthy choices sounded good. She didn't tell us what these drastic healthy choices were exactly, but perhaps in her very next video, she would let us know exactly what she was talking about.
We're gonna freaking McFlurry. How long does it take here? Oh, is that it? Oh, I got an apple pie thing.
Nope, Amber had not made drastic healthy choices in her life. The very next video after saying she had made a number of drastic healthy choices, Amber was at McDonald's. The only difference we could tell was that she started taking a multivitamin now.
All
In
the
fact, it
McDonald's,
appeared
my
as though she was
God.
eating worse than ever before. But it wasn't all bad food she was eating. In keeping with the theme of eating challenges, she had an interesting one.
I'm gonna do a 14-day vegan challenge.
Okay.
Why 14 days? Because that's 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? Because I was vegan for a week before and felt amazing. So
I'm
why not
so glad
double
she
it?
could educate us on what
And that's
14
half a
days
month.
is. I needed that. I was scared and confused.
So let's try.
My little mind
Amazingly,
couldn't
Amber was going to be a
comprehend.
vegan once again. Okay, it was only going to be for 2 weeks,
I'm gonna
but
need
it
to
would have been more than
stitch.
twice how
Alright,
long she
so
lasted the
I need
last
to do
time.
some stitching.
She
I
had
need to
set
do
herself
some
a
weaving.
challenge, 2 weeks of being a vegan.
But
If she managed to
I also need
complete
to
this challenge,
do
it
some
would have felt almost like a
pulling.
mini redemption
So I'm
for
going to
her
pull the
for
ribbon.
failing
That way
being
it
a
looks
vegan
softer
before.
as well. But yeah,
It's happening.
we're nearly done with this. I'm going to take a picture of it. Actually, you know what? No, I should be streaming. Oh, hold on. We got to wind down. We got to wind down. Okay. So, I should be streaming, I think tomorrow. What day is it even? I don't even know what day of the week. Yeah. I think I'm set to stream tomorrow or Saturday. And my event isn't until later in the weekend, so I should have time to show the finished product. I do need to stitch the sides, weave in, and then attach the soft bows. But I think this is turning out a lot better. It's just a really cute, simple little purse. Yeah, very easy since I started. I was going to be further, but I needed to do quite a bit of unraveling because it was not adding up. It was not lining up. It was looking pretty butt. But yeah, so I'm going to call it a night. It is later than I thought it was, and I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. It's past my bedtime. But yes, I will be back later this week. And thank you so much for chatting today. I hope we enjoyed some ALR, and we're going to keep working our way through Shaped by the Algorithm. And then I think this weekend we will also do some catch up on our reality TV series. But have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me.